15.66 3E. SSNA Ovens the Murray action, round 15, not too far away from getting underway between Corowa-Rutherglen up against the Yarrawonga Pigeons. My name's Blake Panda-Escott. Great to have your company, whether you're watching on the SSNA Optus O&M TV live stream. Big thanks to Memo, and of course Lukey Chilcott from Wangaratta Computers putting that one together today, and Memo, our cameraman, or if you're listening to us on 15.66 3E, big thanks to MG to Chris Mitchell. What are conditions like out there, Chriso? Perfect for footy.
Absolutely perfect. Not really any breeze to speak of. Sun on our back. It's lovely conditions. Crowd starting to build a little bit. Just had the toss of the coin. Lee Masters, the Yarrawonga, has won that and will kick to the northern river end.
So is that the caravan park end, Chriso? Yes.
Lake Mulwala end.
Lake Mulwala end, Chriso.
Lake end, the river end, Murray River end, boys.
Of course, they did empty Lake Mulwala not too long ago,
They did. The water's starting to slowly fill back up on the drive-in today. But, yeah, obviously to kill that weed off over the frosty period, it's something they have to do. But definitely an eerie feeling when you're driving to Yarrawonga and there's no water in that beautiful lake.
Surely someone just goes and has a nice trundle through there and finds a lot of lures and then maybe puts them on buy, swap and sell.
I've lost a few in now, right?
I think we all have.
Yeah, there'll be some young kids running through there, I reckon, and that's their pocket money for the holidays.
It's the same kids that do the golf courses, go through all the water when they get the dams and get all the golf balls out.
In there.
See the old Happy Gilmore and his caddy jump in there and have a swim. Hey, Freaky, tip from you, please.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with Yarrawonga today.
And who are we looking at on the water stat sheet today as well?
Yeah, for Yarrawonga, we're looking at Harry Wheeler, Nick Fothergill, Ryan Einspawn, Lee Masters and Michael Gibbons. And then for Corowa, we've got Cody Howard, Darcy Melksham, Cam Wilson, Joe Hansen and Jared Lane.
Is Nick Fothergill the recruit of the year, Mike?
Lee Williams would probably be thereabouts too.
Yeah.
But Fothergill's been fantastic, hasn't he? And he's someone that we probably spoke about when Gibbo come in, that he may be on the verge of being, but he's someone you can't get rid of now.
No.
You cannot move him. He has been absolutely unbelievable. And I'll tell you what, there'd be 9 other clubs kicking themselves for not trying to get him before Yarrawonga got their claws into him.
Fothergill's averaging 18 goals, as you say, and he's averaging 25 touches a game. So a goal a game and 25 touches is pretty handy stuff, I would say, at any level of football.
I think about 1.3 goals a game, so he's kicking one and a bit, and he kicked 3 last week.
He's a gun. Just runs. Doesn't stop running. I love watching him play.
Chriso, tip from yourself today, please.
I hope it's a close one. I hope Corowa will get off to a good start, but I'm going to tip Yarra by 5 goals.
What about you, Mont?
Yeah, I reckon Yarra by a little bit more than 5 goals. Maybe 7 or 8.
Okay, all right. I'm looking.
I said that very quietly because
You did.
Germo was looking up when I said it.
I am a little bit nervous because we got the windows open here at the beautiful box at the JC Low Oval, and the lovely lady from the canning just come and took our order, which is absolutely sensational.
It's great,
Big shout out to the Yarrawonga.
Number one, they've gone number one.
The Yarrawonga canning.
Even Michael Banovic, the cameraman, got a feed order, I reckon.
Is that right?
Yeah, he's a thumbs up to me, so yeah, he put his order in.
Well, there you go. So a big shout out to the Yarrawonga canteen. But yes, we are right above the Corowa-Rutherglen box. First quarter action about to get underway here on O&M Live. It's the Pigeons and the Roos. And we're doing it all thanks to A-grade batteries and oils. Big Tommy Goodwin in the ruck, and he's down there holding, I think, his head potentially. And there's a free kick and a whistle, and it's going to go the way of Corowa-Rutherglen very, very early. And it's in the hands of Jared Lane, who's just quietly putting together a very, very good season. Is Jared Lane.
Underrated a little bit, I reckon, in parts.
31 disposals and 2 goals last week, and he sends it in the direction of Bradkey, not able to mark there. It was cross for the Pigeons, and that man Fothergill has a nice early touch at half-back far side for the Yarrawonga Pigeons. And he's probably going to kick this one down the line. Fronfelder does lead for him, and he pops it into a bit of space, and that's in the hands now of Seymour, and he's a left-footer. Still at half-back, and he pops one over the top. Not able to mark there was Coburn. Wilson wraps him up straight away, and we have a ball up early stages here in this first quarter. We've gone about 50 seconds here on the McDonald's time clock. No score to either side. Blake Panda-Escott with you, and Scott Montgomery as well for the Old Town and Country Tavern.
The ball gets thrown up. Tommy Goodwin appealing for a free kick there. Nothing doing. And we'll do that all over again, the umpire says, as that was Cameron Barrett tried to break through. Just wasn't able to get away as the ball goes up again. No one really won that. The umpire's found something for us.
What have we got
a bit
there?
of a hold. I think he's found a hold against Tommy Goodwin. So the free kick will go to Kyle Tyson as he plays on quickly now. Gives a handball. Gives it across to Sexton. Sexton gets it on again to Gibbons. Gibbons down in front of the scoreboard. Throws on that right foot. Goes inside 50. Still down the throat of Joe Hansen. Drops an easy one. Thrown on the bit by Frontfelder. Goes forward and through for a behind. Lucky that wasn't a bucket of you-know-what there, Panda, because it might have covered
Cody Howard got the big job on Williams again. He played on him last time. I think Williams kicked 6, so interesting to see if he stays with him all day.
But I think he actually had a pretty good tussle with him that day.
I think
Williams
he was good.
kicked 6.
Attackingly, offensively, I think Cody was good, but yeah, Williams probably had the better of it.
So an early score here to the Yarrawonga Pigeons as the ball's at half forward here. And it's seen over the boundary line there by Will Sexton. And we've got a throw in at half forward here for the Yarrawonga Pigeons. On the Harvey Norman betting scoreboard, we got 1 point to Yarrawonga. Corowa-Rutherglen with the one inside 50. Brad Freak on the water stat sheet.
Yeah, one apiece early in this game, Panda.
Goodwin, the beautiful tap down there to Wilson, and Corowa-Rutherglen Footy Club emerged with the footy. Barrett handed off here to Mattress Wilson, and he goes down the line. Ball's trickling around here at half forward. Marks overruns it. Masters, he kept that one in. He isn't complaining though, Monty. So
I think he's just too nice of a bloke to complain, isn't he, Panda?
I think he is. So we've got a throw in here at half forward for the Corowa-Rutherglen Football Club. Yarrawonga 1, Corowa-Rutherglen 0. That's on the Harvey Norman betting scoreboard.
As the ball gets tossed in now, Goodwin too big, gets it over the back, goes inside 50. Jack Sexton runs onto it, gets it to Maury. Maury out to Fothergill, our man onto his left foot. Down the line now to Fromfelder. Good spoil by Jack Shield. Koopman picks it up, tackled straight away. Going to be pinged. Great tackle there by Jordan Ayres. Got him cold there, Jesse Koopman. As Jordan Ayres now gets the ball. Got the hair tied back, nice and tight ponytail, doesn't he?
Don't mind it, man.
He used to just let it flap and have the headband, but he's obviously changed up the look a little bit.
It's getting his eyes.
As Geordie Ayres goes inside 50 over the top of Bradkey, and that man, Lee Masters, takes his first of many, what we'll see today, defensive marks, and he will go out to the far side to Lee Williams.
He will back in today, big Leroy. 44 goals from 7 games, and he gets his first disposal today up on the wing. Beautiful kick into a bit of space there. Was there a push in the back or it's a mark? It's a mark there to Ryan Ironspawn, who's having a very underrated season. The boy from Upper Fern Tree Gully, and he's going to pump it inside forward 50. Good lead there and good hands from Jackson Mead, but he wasn't able to take it. And we've got a ball up, or a boundary throw in inside the forward 50 there for the Yarrawonga Pigeons. Still no goal. We've gone almost 4 minutes here in this first quarter for A-grade batteries and oils. Brad Freak on that. What a stat sheet.
Yeah, a couple of early inside 50s apiece. 2 early touches to Nick Fothergill, who we touched on earlier. He's having an outstanding year. Jared Lane, too early for Corowa.
Ball gets tossed back in. Tyson and Goodwin's going to be a good battle today. Ball just fumbles around a bit. Jared Lane's been pinged that arm, and I think he's very lucky there. Probably could have got onto a boot. Now boy says, I'll have that one, thank you, boys. Just inside the 50 for Yarrawonga Pigeons. Ball gets tossed up. Tommy Goodwin. Tyson probably got that one. Ball flings around a little bit. Sexton gets taken around without it. Ball just tosses around on the ground. It just fumbles up now. Pernag, Lane. Handball out to Filipponi. Filipponi taking without it. Ball comes out to Gibbons now. Gibbons handballs back to Fothergill. Fothergill gets it on the boot, but a great smother by Pernag. Quick handball to Lane again. Gets it on that trusty left boot, but goes no further than Ironspawn, who drops another one that was quite an easy one and just fumbles over the line as we go boundary side to Chris Mitchell for Corowa-Rutherglen MG.
Yeah, Jai Cross got the big job on Kalen Bradkey. I think he might have kicked 4 or so against the Pigeons last time. They'll need him to fight today if there any chance.
Goodwin dominating the ruck early, and I want to see him throw a fair bit of physicality around today. Big Tommy Goodwin. Good kick inboard there from Ironspawn. What a pick-up that was from Joey Hansen. He was able to get the handball away, but good pressure early from both sides. And we've got another stoppage inside the forward 50 here for the Yarrawonga Pigeons, who, Freaky, I reckon, are probably dominating that water stat sheet.
Yeah, only 3 inside 50s apiece early. Nick Fothergill, as we said, has had 4. Jared Lane's the one for Cora. He's already had 4 early disposals inside the first 5 minutes.
Still no goal, and it was sort of like that the last time we were here at the JC Low Oval as well. Oh, what a tap down there, roving from Gibbons. That is a finish from Michael Gibbons. What a classy footballer on the left foot as well. He's banged through a steel line goal of the day. That is roving at its finest. Chris Mitchell, boundary side for Corowa-Rutherglen MG.
Yeah, good players seem to find the right spot at the right time, don't they? And yeah, big team lifting goal there on the run by Mick Gibbons, who he hasn't had much of the footy yet, but doesn't need many disposals to make an impact.
One area that Cora will be able to get on top today is obviously in the ruck with big Tommy Goodwin. Without Lockie Howard in the side today for Yarrawonga, they're going to have their dominance. We've seen it around stoppages there, but Michael Gibbons just able to read the tap work there by Tommy Gibbons and just get on the end of it and kick a beautiful left foot snap. So 6 minutes to get our first goal thanks to the Macca's time clock. Ball in the middle now, Ash Broughton throws it up. Tyson and Goodwin go at it. Tyson over the top that time. Falls to Fothergill. Quick hands now to Wheeler. Wheeler gets the first centre clearance inside 50. Goes down to Koopman. Koopman doesn't mark it, but plays on. Well, just brushed off Pernag and goes bang! Steal on goal today. Jesse Koopman.
geez, we've enjoyed him coming back into the Yarrawonga senior side, haven't we, boys?
We have indeed. That was a great finish. And Chris O, not great defence there from the Roos as well. You got to tackle those.
Yeah, he just sort of opened up. They got it out of the centre a bit too easy, and he just shrugged off the tackle there, didn't he? And great kick on the run, 2 in a row there for the Pigeons.
One area I reckon the Pigeons will be able to get on top today is using their pace just there with Jesse Koopman as well, able to break away from the tackle there and run into space and kick a beautiful goal. It's not a hard skill to execute, kicking a nice drop punt when you're at full tilt as well, going inside 50.
So 13-0 here on the Harvey Norman betting scoreboard in this first quarter for A-grade batteries and oils. Danger signs here early for the Corowa-Rutherglen Footy Club, but they're going to pump it inside forward 50 through probably the bloke who's going to win their best and fairest, and that's Cameron Wilson, and that's why, because he delivers the football like that to Caelan Bradkey, who had a little bit of separation on Jai Cross, Chris Mitchell, and it was a great kick and a great mark.
Yeah, much better from the on-ball brigade to get a bit of a centre clearance there, and Cam Wilson, he took his time with the kick, but fully outstretched Bradkey. It was a really good mark with Jai Cross right on his tail, so he's going to come probably 35 metres out. Not a bad angle to speak of.
34 goals, 7th in the year for the Doug Strang, and he's having a breakout season as Caelan Bradkey. Let's hope he can finish this one. It was a beautiful kick of the footy. Does not miss, straight through the middle. So Corowa-Rutherglen with a big answer. We like to see it. So after no goals in the first 5 minutes, we've had 3 in the next 3 minutes, Monty. So Yarrawonga 2-1-13, Corowa-Rutherglen 1 straight 6. That's on the Harvey Norman betting scoreboard. Brad Freak for Waters.
Yeah, beautiful mark there by Caelan Bradkey. His first mark inside 50 today, as you say, 35 goals now, I should say, for the year. He's been outstanding. Jared Lane up to 4 early touches. Joe Hansen and Cam Wilson both had 2 early touches for Corowa-Rutherglen. And as we touched on for Yarrawonga, Mick Gibbons has had 3 touches early, and Nick Fothergill's had the 4.
And that goal was really set up by Matt Wilson, keeping his width on the wing, winning that centre clearance, giving a quick handball, which then got it to Cam Wilson, and a beautiful use inside 50.
It was a great kick. He could have blazed away, but he just bit his time. It was beautiful.
As we see now, Tyson, just a little bit of fancy tap work there over the back. Ball gets out now to Coburn. Coburn, quick handball to Einspawn. Einspawn's got a bit of space. Handballs now to Gibbons in front of him. Chucks it on the boot quickly inside 50 to Williams. Well, a great spoil there by Cody Howard. Goes straight up. Williams straight back onto it. Ball just flicking around a bit now. Will Sexton kicks it on the boot. Touched off the boot. There it was. Gibbons taken without the footy. Just gets kicked out there off the ground. Cora now have the ball, but turned over straight away to Sexton. Ball goes straight up again. Sitting under it, but there's Kel Spencer. Great spoil as the ball comes out here. And running away, Joe Hansen. Handball's down in front of himself. Keeps running with it. Gets it again. Going to get tackled from behind, but great chase down tackle there by Lee Masters. What do we expect from the Yarrawonga captain? And Joe Hansen unlucky there because he had the run of the footy, but Lee Masters just too quick.
Yeah, well called, Monty. He did really well, Joe Hansen. Hit it with a head of steam too, but he was always sort of going to get caught with a couple of pigeons on his tail, and it was Masters who came up with the footy in the end.
Low kick there from Coburn. Finds Will Sexton, who's had plenty of the footy. And he's going to send this inside forward 50. Goodwin gets back for the Roos and just fists this one as far as he can. Einspawn. Couple of early touches for him as well. Goes short to Koopman. He kicks it up and towards the hole. Good fist there from Shield, but it's fallen dangerously to Sexton. On to Fronfelder. The ball's trickling around here at half forward. Nastasi, great to see him back. Lends a hand to his defence. Bradkey was grabbed without it. He wants to go after and grab Fronfelder, but Masters weaving through the traffic. Beautiful left foot kick. Not sure it was intended for Gibbons.
I don't know if it spun right, did it?
Well, I'll tell you what, as I said, not sure it was intended for Gibbons, but he's marked 40 metres out on a very tight angle. Looks inboard unselfishly to nobody, and it's been marked there by Cal Spencer for the Roos. And Monty, they're away here at half back.
Yeah, Sandrell takes his first mark and first possession in the senior side for Corowa. Bit fumbly there from Melcham. He's going to get a free kick for a push in the back, but a little bit sloppy there from Braden Coburn. Fell in the back of Darcy Melcham, and he'll get the free kick. Goes short to his little mate, Cameron Wilson. Now takes it on and goes to the middle to Jared Lane, who's on the fly. Lane plays on quickly, goes inside 50. It's over the back of Marks. Who's the first to get to it? It's going to be Cross. Bit of an awkward bounce. Great pressure there from Nastasi and Filipponi as they run it over the boundary line. As little Hayden Filipponi might have been a little bit of a dive. Jack Sexton put a bit of pressure on him, but I think knowing Hayden, it probably wasn't a lot in it.
Great to see Nastasi back, and he'll form a bit of a formidable duo, I reckon, with Hayden Filipponi today in the forward pocket.
Ball comes down, Tyson versus... Oh, what a great pick-up by Cam Wilson. One of the footy and gets the free kick. What'd you say there, Mitch?
Yeah, he probably played for it a little bit, and I don't know how high it was, but he's not a big man, Cam Wilson, but a very dangerous spot for a free kick, and hopefully he goes back and kicks a goal, and it'll be right game on for this one.
Some of the prime ball winners for Corowa getting busy early. Jared Lane up to 5 touches, Cam Wilson coming up for his 4th disposal, and Joe Hansen off the halfback, he's up to his 3rd as well. 5 inside 50s for Corowa, and they're coming out for their 2nd shot at goal, so they're really effective when they do get the ball inside 50.
And of course that was Chris Mitchell for Albury-Wodonga MG, and the Waters stats sheet, thank you Freaky, as Cam Wilson now, quite a easy shot from 25 out, straight in front, puts it straight through the middle, as you can hear now, effects Mike. Cameron Wilson gets Corowa's 2nd, takes him to 2 goals straight, 12. Yarrawonga 2-1-13 on the Harvey Norman betting scoreboard.
What do you think of that, Freaky? As a Collingwood fan with that high free kick, hey, that was very contentious.
No, that was.
I think it was there.
I think that one was there. A bit unlike somebody that got their head ripped off. They're still looking for it.
That wasn't a free kick.
Dropped his knees.
Nah, but that one there was there. And obviously, just as you say, a bit clumsy. But Corowa really nice on the break there. Obviously, a bit of clumsy work by Coburn on the wing, and they were able to break away and get the ball inside 50.
Cameron Wilson has put in together some season. 28 disposals in an averaging goal a game as well. So we're talking about Nick Fothergill before with 25 and a goal. Cameron Wilson's 28 and a goal.
Had more touches than any other man in the Ovens and Murray coming into today's game.
He's a jet.
Year.
He's a jet.
And then, unbelievably, we probably don't give him the plaudits he deserves, Cam Wilson. He is a superstar. Goodwin again with a big clearing fist. Barrett goes in there, and he's been met hard straight away, Cam Barrett. And we've got a ball upright being smacked in the middle of this beautiful JC Low Oval. So first quarter action, game evenly poised for A-grade batteries and oils. The Pigeons 2-1-13, Corowa-Rutherglen 2 straight 12. Hope you're enjoying your Saturday arvo, maybe on your back patio watching Optus TV or listening to us on 3&E. Well done there by Saunders. Was able to break away, but his hand pass missed his teammate there in Goodwin. Well done by Robinson trying to intercept Fothergill. Got it on the boot. Clearing kick went about 20 metres. Sexton tried to edge Pernag underneath it. Well done by Pernag. Went in and won the footy. Howard's handball might sit for Saunders. Did he get crunched in a tackle? He did. Push in the back, and Corowa going to have a chance to go forward here. They trail by 1.
Saunders could not get any more of the middle of the JC Low Oval as he plays on now. Goes inside 50 and kicks it to a bunch of Yarrawonga jumpers. Very poor there from Daniel Saunders.
Didn't have any options, guys, I don't think.
Nick Fothergill now at the footy. Just takes it easy, kicks it sideways, finds a teammate in McCabe. McCabe now just looking for his options down the line. Not a lot down the line, really. They obviously want to try and switch it all. Play it on, but on. Filipponi gets the smother now. Masters rushes in, give it help. Gives a quick handball to Jack Sexton. Back to McCabe now. McCabe goes back to Sexton, and it goes rush through. Hey, Filipponi. That's what you want from your small forwards. There's Jack Sexton now. Onto it quickly. Plays on. Kicks it quick to... That's Cross. Cross now kicks it wide. He's got Coburn. Coburn across to Sexton. Linking up by hands well here, the Yarrawonga Pigeons. Goes short now to Bruce, and Bruce will just take a bit of air out of the game. Goes back behind his mark. Chips over the top to Sexton. Doesn't quite hit him, but it bounces nicely. Quick handball now. Gets it across to Fromfelder. Stuffing around with their hands. Bruce now another quick handball. Gets it to Holgate. Holgate on the boot. Goes inside 50. Koopman's got out the back by himself here. Koopman on the run. Kicks it low. Probably too low now. And Cody Howard, well positioned by Cody Howard, and will run away with it. Takes his first bounce. Hot and shoot there was Gibbons. Keep running now, Cody Howard. There's his 3rd. Running through the middle. There's his 4th. Keeps going. Cody Howard kicks now deep inside 50. One-on-one. It's Caelan Bradke first to the ball. Cross has dropped off him a little bit. Not a good kind bounce. And Ryan Bruce gets back for Yarrawonga. Gives a handball over the top. Just a bit sloppy here. Onto it quickly is Struve. Struve gets taken quick. Ball's going to just sit on the ground. I reckon the umpire will say, "I'll have that, thank you very much." And Cody Howard take a bow.
Well done, Mont. Well done.
Yeah, well called. You take a breath there, Monty. Great call there, but great work by Cody Howard. Started in his defence. He would have gained about 60 metres and a forward 50 entry. It worked out all right in the end.
Did indeed. Wheeler gets it on the boot, but it's going to come straight back. It's been marked out there at half forward by Barrett, far side of the JC Low Oval. So scores level here, 2-1-13 apiece. Corowa have really owned the last sort of 5 minutes here in this first quarter for A-grade batteries and oils.
Do you reckon Jeremy wants him to have a shot?
I think he does. He must have a good leg. He must have a good leg here, Chris O, because he's going to have to kick this from every bit of 55 metres.
Yeah, no, there's a couple of leads, but he's going straight back. He fancies his chances from here.
So, played a A little bit of Bell Ranald did Cam Barrett. The kick is not going to get there. It's going to sit 20 metres out from goal. Struve came late and flew. Masters, he's got so much class. Breaks away and hand pass it to Einspawn. And Seymour at half-back on his left. Goes down the line. Beautiful kick there for Holgate. Well done by Spencer for the Roos. Worried him out of it. Wilson has to give it back to his captain, Hanson. Nice kick across the ground. The switch is on here. And this is Jake Wood from Geelong West. Hand passes it out here to Pernag. And he has to stop and wait and go back in the middle of the ground. It's now in the hands of Barrett. Scores level
as he
13
goes
apiece.
Quickly now to Wood. Wood pumps it inside 50 from the centre circle. Bradkey end up getting the fist on that from Masters. Ball bounces beautifully for Coburn as he comes out of Deeds 50. Great little touch there from Xander Nash. From Felder gets it. Quick handball to Coburn. Coburn again runs on. Kicks it to in the distance of Williams. Oh, well done, Cody Howell. That's two great wins from him.
Start, isn't he?
As he gives a quick handball back to Hanson. Hanson back through the middle. Finds Melcham. Darcy Melcham just trying to find an option now. Finds Saunders out wider in front of the scoreboard here at JC Low Oval. Saunders darts back inboard. Not sure which way to go. Gets a handball over top to Pernag. Pernag on his not so trusty left. Just puts it down the line. Seymour gets to it first. Gives it back to Fothergill. Fothergill finds Jack Sexton and the Pigeons are away.
Yep, short. Goes to Gibbons. Kicked the first goal of the game. It was a beauty. Kick isn't great across the ground though. Going to try and get there to Fronfelder. Or is it Tyson? He was wrapped up. Well done there by Wilson for the Roos. Trying to pressure him. Tyson done well. Won a big important 101. Goes to Fothergill on his left into Williams. Williams marks, and Chris O, you can put that one down to the 101 from Tyson.
Yeah, it was great work by Tyson. The Roos did pretty well to try and negate him on the wing here, but and then sheer height, I reckon, played in Williams' hands there. He's going to have a shot from a pretty tight angle, but loving the pressure from the Roos are bringing early in this game.
First sniff Williams has had because Cody Howard has had some really important contests against him, so he's going to kick from 45 on a pretty tight angle. 44 goals for the year. Almost 45. Yeah, did
a little bit. It has picked up a little bit.
There you go, across the face. So the Pigeons lead 2-2-14. Corowa-Rutherglen 2-1-13. Of course, Chris Mitchell on the boundary for Corowa-Rutherglen MG and Brad Freak on our What a Stat Sheet. Yeah,
early on the What a Stat Sheet, Nick Fothergill's the one. He's up to 8 disposals early in this game. Ryan Einspawn's up to 5. Mick Gibbons up to 6 and Lee Masters up to 5 as well. For Corowa, Joe Hanson's had 6 and Jared Lane has had 5 as well.
As Masters now finds a footy. Well spoiled there by Jordan Ayres. Falls to Struve. Quick handball to Hanson. Hanson now to Ayres. Ayres down the line, gives a kick. Oh, there's that man again. Another intercepted mark to Lee Masters, the captain of the Yarrawonga Pigeons.
Jeez, if he doesn't win the Morris, he'll go close, boys, won't he?
He'll be very close, I would have thought. As the time ticks over to 19 minutes on the Macca's time clock, Masters goes down the line. Ball comes to ground. Ryan Bruce, nice little handball to Harry Wheeler. Wheeler goes to ground. I think he's in a bit of trouble here. Surely, yeah. Ash Broughton decides, yep, you had a bit of time there, Harry. Give it over to the Coro boys as Jared Lane takes the free kick.
So he started well again, Jared Lane. He's got a lovely left kick. It's a dangerous kick in the middle of the ground. Could it be turned over here at half-back? Melksham went in and won it for the Roos. They're playing around with it a bit here in the middle of the ground. Pernag left it behind. Saunders goes in, gets a hand pass back to Barrett. They flick it onto Melksham and he's got some wheels, wants to get back onto his right, back through the middle of the ground. It might fall out the back here. Not able to mark there was Struve. He goes by hand to Marks, and it's marked here by Kalen Bradkey. And this man, Chris Mitchell, boundary side for Corowa-Rutherglen MG, has the distance from here.
Oh, he's going to have to kick it all of 50 metres or more, boys. But yeah, you wouldn't put it past him. Beautiful kick, as Jared Hatton was saying early in the game. But yeah, but pre-game that his technique was second to none. So let's hope he goes back and kick this. It'll be the third. But really loving Joey Hanson's game today, guys. He's done the work in the defence, middle, and made a contest in forward line as well.
He's already kicked one. Kalen Bradkey lines up from 52. It's coming back. It's goal! Kalen Bradkey with a steal line goal today. And he turns around and he yells to the bench, boys, how good's that? He absolutely loved it. Kalen Bradkey's got his second. And Corowa 3-1-19 lead the Pigeons 2-1-2-2-14. Brad Freak.
Yeah, great start here for Corowa. I really like the way they're taking on the game today. They're a little bit fumbly, but they're just trying to get the ball moving forward. I do like they get half up to the middle of the wing, and then if they can't find an option down the line, they're looking more inboard. They've been outstanding. Kalen Bradkey, 2 marks inside 50 already on the What a Stat Sheet. He's been outstanding. As to just touch on Chris O's point with Joe Hanson, he's been outstanding. 7 early disposals as well to start the game. He's been great.
A lot of me talking about that celebration from
yes.
K. Badkery.
I loved it.
As Tyson now wins the centre bounce, gives gives it to Gibbons, who wins the clearance and kicks it inside 50. And, geez, that looked a little bit too easy there for Young. Timmy Lawrence. Lawrence just come on the ground, so that was a very easy mark in the end.
Yeah.
On Jake Wood.
Chriso, you'd be disappointed with that one boundary side for Orbit-Onga MG.
He sort of shoved him out of the way a little bit, which was, interesting, but he made it look quite easy in the end. But he's going to kick from about 50 as well, so, yeah, pretty tough kick here for Lawrence.
As Lawrence makes his way in now, just gets on a bit of an arc there, puts it through, sitting out to the left and far to the left, just scrapes in for a point. Takes Yarrawonga to 2-3-15. Corowa 3-1-19. Got a 4-point lead on the Harvey Norman betting scoreboard. We've gone 21 minutes on the Macca's time clock.
First quarter action for A-grade batteries and oils. Hope you're having a great Saturday Arvo, whether you're watching on the live stream or listening on 1566 3 and East. Drew's got out the back here for the Roos, down the line. Kick not great there for Filipponi, undersized against Morey. Loves wearing the long sleeves. Had to go back here to Sexton and Masters tied up left. Lane went in there for the Roos. Did Lawrence cop one high? I'm not sure he got rid of it. Wilson applied a pretty good tackle. Gibbons able to get around one. His kick was smothered. Can the Roos turn it over here? Lane's going to have to go in and win it. Well done by Matt Wilson. His hand pass was intercepted. Coburn, left foot down the line. Bit of a floater. Well done there by Cody Howard. Able to get around one and bang it on the boot. Bruce for the Pigeons sees it over the boundary line. And we're going to have a throw in. 19. Corowa-Rutherglen, Yarrawonga 2-3-15. We're going up towards time on in this first quarter for A-grade batteries and oils. Brad Freak on the water stat sheet.
Yeah, 8 early disposals for Mick Gibbons in this first quarter. 8 as well for Lee Masters across halfback as well. They've been outstanding. I really like the game Cody Howard's putting together. He's up to 5 disposals as well.
As Jared Lane wins that clearance, another one put him down there. Freaky just falls to Hanson, who's moved forward. And might have been in the back there, I thought.
Held it for a long time.
Lucky.
I thought it was a bit of both. It should have been something.
So you know what? Let it go then.
That's what he's decided. Ash Braun, one of the best in the business, Ash. Tap down now to Cameron Wilson. Fumbles a little bit. Fothergill again. Gets a clearance. Kicks it forward. And Matty Wilson, good grab.
He started quite well, I reckon.
Started very well.
Good start.
He told me during the week he had to change numbers this year because he popped the other jumper. He's been in the gym that much, Panda. That's what he told me.
Listen to the Hogwaster mattress.
I'll tell you what, he's scared of weights. If you have a look at his physique, as Matty Wilson now finds Geordie Ayres. Goes down the line to Will Robinson. Robinson plays on quickly, gets it nice and deep. Got a one-on-one there. Bradkey comes over the top, punches it, ends up spoiling, and it rolls over the boundary line. As we go to Freaky on the Waters stat sheet.
Yeah, around the grounds for the player and Tarawinji in the one other game in the Ovens and Murray this weekend. Aubrey out to an early 20-point lead in the first quarter, 27-7.
Just watch the margin on that one, Freaky,
Yeah,
and we
it's pretty
might
important.
Not looking good, Panda.
explain to our audience why, as the boundary umpire throws this one in. Wilson.
Oh, he didn't have it.
Almost got a sling tackle. Yep, it does. That's a sling
That's dangerous
tackle.
there.
That is. Well, Chriso, talk to us through that one because Cam Wilson's pretty slow to get up here.
Yeah, I think he knocked his head on the ground too as he got slinged to the ground, and yeah,
He's tough.
He's a bit sore, I reckon, Cam, but he's going to go back and take his kick, and yeah, it might be something to look at, I reckon, with that tackle.
Well, we want to stamp that out of the game, don't we? I mean, it was a perfect tackle, but we've moved past that. And Cam Wilson, he's already kicked one goal. He's going back for goal number 2. He'll kick from 35 metres on a slight angle. And this would extend the margin out to 10 points. And a little mini break here for Corowa-Rutherglen. 25 minutes ticked over in this first quarter. This bloke could go very, very close to winning the Morris Medal. A whole lot of 1s and 2s. And he's kicked 2 goals. Great finish there by Cam Wilson. Corowa-Rutherglen out to a 10-point lead. 25 plays 15 on the Harvey Norman betting scoreboard. And Chriso, they got a little mini break here, the Roos.
Yeah, they've had a great start, haven't they? It's the forward pressure, I reckon, that they're putting on, and they're keeping it in their forward 50 a little bit more as well. But yeah, loving the game from the midfielders at the moment, and really taking it up to the likes of Coburn and the likes of that as well. So yeah, let's see how long they can keep it up.
10 inside 50s to 9 in favour of Corowa early in the game. Both sides have had 5 scoring shots, but Corowa have just been able to kick a little bit straighter, 4-1 as well, just taking advantage when they do move the ball inside 50.
So Cam Wilson kicks the 4th in a row for Corowa-Rutherglen as Tommy Goodwin gets over the top in the middle. Ball comes to ground. George Sandra on debut just buries in. Tommy Goodwin goes to ground. Fothergill's on top of him. What will the umpire call here? Did he dive on it? No. We'll throw it up, he says. A really good little battle there through the middle. And a good shout out to Georgie Sandrell making his debut, coming back from a knee injury. A lot of raps on him. A lot of raps on him when he was at Billabong Crows as a kid. Played a lot of senior footy as a 15, 16-year-old and was killing it out there. So good to see him playing Ovens and Murray footy finally. As the ball just floats around, Iron Spawn comes out with it, gets a handball. Pernag doesn't quite take it with him. Sexton now gets taken a little bit high, but the umpire didn't see it. Fothergill does this time, and we'll get the free kick as he wanders back. How many's that free kick on the water stats?
10th disposal for the quarter.
Not a bad quarter for Nick Fothergill there, Panda.
No, not a bad quarter indeed. So that one all wrapped up for A-grade batteries and oars. And Tommy Goodwin looks pretty fired up out there, Chriso, saying, boys, we really owned that first quarter.
Yeah, they did, didn't they? And he's having a great start too, really throwing his weight around. But, just that perceived pressure. You don't really want to go near him when he's in that sort of mood. But he's really set the tone early for the Roos in the middle.
They're up and about Corowa-Rutherglen, and why not? They lead 4-1-25 to Yarrawonga 2-3-15. When we come back, Brad Freak will run through an entire wrap-up on that first quarter. You're listening to O&M Live, and on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere, and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here, at the locker room, at the SSNA.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan Intelligent Mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
Did someone say KFC?
I don't care. Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where there's industry qualified trainers. Go where students come first. Go for the community. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero. The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan Intelligent Mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
GoTAFE is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
inspiring,
hands-on,
flexible, fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
Hi, I'm Kylie King. I first fell in love with this region as the Prime News sports presenter. Sometimes this feels like my second home. I love our historic towns and vibrant cities, our passion for sport, and of course the people who make it special. And now I get to share what's important in our region with Kev Polton. So join us, Kylie and Kev for breakfast, weekday mornings from 6 on 2AY and 3NE. Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
1566 3NE.
Quarter time here at a beautiful looking JC Low Oval. First week of round 15 SSNA Ovens and Murray action. It's the Pigeons and the Roos here on 3N's R&M Live, and it's a 4-1-25 Corowa-Rutherglen to Yarrawonga 2-3-15, 10-point lead. And Corowa-Rutherglen kicked the last 4 goals in that first quarter. So go to Brad Freak, quarter's best, and complete stat update and around the ground.
Yeah, Wang Motor Group quarter's best in that first quarter. Nick Fothergill and Michael Gibbons for Yarrawonga were both outstandings. Mick Gibbons had 8 touches and kicked a goal. Nick Fothergill had 10 disposals himself. For Corowa-Rutherglen, we had Cam Wilson, who was outstanding in the middle, and Keelan Bradkey up in the forward half as well. They're really, really strong. If we have a look at the Waters electrical stat sheet, goal kickers in that first quarter, only 2 goal kickers each side. Singles to Mick Gibbons and Jesse Koopman for Yarrawonga. For Corowa-Rutherglen, 2 each for Cam Wilson and Keelan Bradkey. If we have a look at the stat sheet, the disposals, as we touched on, Nick Fothergill up to 10 disposals early. Lee Masters had 8 and Mick Gibbons had 8 in that first quarter as well. For the Corowa side of things, we had Jared Lane had 7, Joe Hansen had 7 as well. Team stats are fairly even. Corowa have just been able to take a bit more of their chances in this game. If we go around the grounds for the Plough and Tarrawingi, and the one other game in the Ovens and Murray this weekend between the Wodonga Raiders and the Albury Tigers. Albury out to a 14-point lead there early in that game, 34-20. And in the AFL, that's just begun as well. In the second quarter, Port Adelaide leads Collingwood by 12 points, 40-28, and the Swans up by 7 points against the GWS Giants, 20-13.
So if they win each quarter by 14 points, it'd be 42, wouldn't it, Freaky?
You have to leave with me for a second.
Wouldn't it be 56?
That would be 56, but I'm happy with 42.
We'll tell our listeners and audience the particular reason why we are watching that Wodonga Raiders Albury game very, very soon as we go to Chris Mitchell, boundary side for Albury at Wodonga MG. Which huddle were you at, Chriso?
Yeah, I spent a little bit of time at both, Panda. Yarrawonga's already broken and getting into their positions. Mark Wiley, obviously non-playing coach today, but he's not throwing the baby out with the bathwater yet. He was pretty positive, but wants more marks and more movement from his side. Obviously, that's the key to their game. And Pete German is still talking to his group, so I think the umpires will give him a bit of a hurry up in a minute. But he's pretty happy with the defence, and that's been their first line of attack. So hopefully they can keep that up in the second quarter. Off to a great start, the Roos so far.
Tell you what, Cody Howard's had a really good opening quarter, hasn't he? He's provided run, Freaky, but his job undersized on Lee Williams won a couple of really important contests.
Well, we touched on it in the pre-game. Obviously, Cody Howard got the job on Lee Williams early in the year, and I think he kicked 6, but we walked away from that day thinking that Cody actually played a pretty good game on him. And it seems to be that they're going with the same tactic again today, and obviously in that first quarter able to keep him goalless as well, which is outstanding. Hopefully they can keep it doing, because his run the other way is what really, really hurts, which hurts Williams up there and gives Corowa so much more run from their back half.
Just quickly, Jared Hatton said he was going to be nowhere near the Corowa-Rutherglen box. He's out
got
there
the board,
holding
hasn't he?
He's got the board. He's got the board down there, Chriso.
Yeah, I know. When he said it, he started pretty much very close to Pete German at the start of the game. I'm like, oh, mate, you said you were going to try and get as far away as possible. So maybe he was just telling porkies.
So a 10-point lead here to Corowa-Rutherglen as the second quarter gets underway. And here's Scott Montgomery for Solar Integrity.
As the ball goes up and the Harry Wheeler first back onto it, Tommy Goodwin gets a hand in the way, Fothergill grabs it, great tackle there by Cameron Wilson. That just shows the attitude Corowa had today, I think, right
Great
there.
contest between those two, isn't it?
The ball will be thrown up pretty much where it started this second quarter. Goes up, Goodwin and Tyson go battle. Fothergill out the back gets the centre clearance with a little bit of a torpedo punt inside 50. Lawrence runs under it. Ball falls now to Corowa as we see Nash gets slung around. Ball just falls to ground. Up gets Shield, gives it to Wilson, who then gives it to Pernag, who goes on that left foot again. I'm not sure he should be using that too often after seeing that again. Ball falls out now to Yarrawonga. Bit of a Nihong, drops the ball straight, cold.
Surely holding the ball.
Yeah, overran there. Great pick up by Spencer. Handball now to Wilson. Wilson over to Saunders, just taps it on. Moore, he stands tall, gets the handball out. Ball falls now to Nihong. Oh, Tommy Goodwin, this goes bang. Jackson Mead, wake up. And the ball now is going to find a free kick here to young Will Sexton. Sexton plays on quickly. Filipponi was on the ground on the mark. Ball goes deep. Williams over the back. Gibbons first to it. Gibbo! Michael Gibbons kicks a goal. His first goal.
Oh, it's on
a little bit here. Not happy with the treatment from Cody Howard.
Wow.
And I tell you what, it is on. That's unlike Michael Gibbons.
Yeah, he really wasn't happy with the bit of extra bump as he was going over the line there, wasn't he, boys? I don't know if you saw a better position of it down on the boundary, Chriso.
No, I couldn't see what happened.
Yeah, I think it was just as he kicked it, wasn't he? The bump come through and just continued on with Gibbo, but a great goal. Hit the scoreboard, breaks a run of 4 goals to the Corowa-Rutherglen Roos.
And I tell you what, it wasn't anywhere near like the bump we saw Big Tommy Goodwin give to poor Jackson.
It was a big hit, and he got straight back up the young pigeon, so great to see.
I think there's still a hole in the turf there, I think, where
he
Jackson...
got off the ground, I'm sure he got airborne.
Oh, that was a sensational effort there by Big Tommy Goodwin. So first goal's only taken 2 minutes here in the second quarter, and Michael Gibbons has kicked his second, and Joe Hansen streams away here through the middle of the ground from Corowa. Beautiful kick inboard here to Filipponi. Sits out the back, gets a quick kick away. Kalen Bradke in a big one-on-one contest. Can't take the mark. Falls here to Barrett. Does he get a snap away and a goal? I think he has. Cam Barrett with a steel line goal today. Something from nothing, and the Corowa-Rutherglen get the quick answer, Chriso.
Yeah, great work by Joe Hansen. He had a great start to the game, hasn't he? But, I reckon Bradke did really well to hold off Jai Cross there. And, great snap there for the Roos, and that's their 5th goal. So, right on top.
Yeah, first inside 50 as well in this quarter too. In that first quarter, we saw they took advantage of him. One in for 1 goal all of a sudden there for Corowa-Rutherglen. As Chris rightfully pointed out, it was a contest there, I thought, of Keelan Bradke to bring that ball into the ground and bring the smaller blokes into the game there was outstanding work.
Classic finish from Cameron Barrett and Joe Hansen. What can't this man do? Half back, half forward, and now he's in the middle getting centre clearances. As Tommy Goodwin now just goes by himself and big punch, gets it to Robinson, gives it back to Goodwin. Ball to Wilson. Wilson, a little bit of candy there. Goes inside 50 with a beautiful kick down in front of Bradke. Ball's just short. Bradke gets the ball first. Gets the handball back now to that man, Barrett. Barrett feeds back again to Sandrell. Sandrell inside 50 again. Finds a target, and the umpire's going to pay it, isn't he?
Yeah, I reckon
yes, he is. Darcy Melcham will be taken straight to the goal line for another goal here, which will just nice little break here. It will come out to 16 points. And I don't know if there was much need for that, Chriso. What do you think?
He didn't really need to, did he? It was a great mark, but he was right on his tail. Maybe he just fell on his back there and couldn't help it. But, clearly 50 and, right on top. 2 in a row here for the Roos will set them up in the second quarter. Great start, and that's what they needed, isn't it, to keep in contact with the Yarra Pigeons?
Absolutely. So a run of 4, broken up by 1 to Gibbons, and now a run of 2 now for Corowa. So they're getting on a bit of a roll, as that takes them to 6-1-37. Yarrawonga 3-3-21 on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard, and we've gone about 3 minutes on the Macca's time clock.
That was set up by Big Tommy Goodwin's tap in the middle, wasn't it, boys? It really set the mood in the middle of the ground there.
It's probably been Corowa's pressure in this game, boys. I don't know if you guys read it. They're just looking like they're going at the ball a little bit harder than Yarrawonga at the moment, just wanting it a little bit more. Obviously, a lot more riding on this game for Corowa in terms of their seasons and their finals aspirations. So see if Yarrawonga can match it with them.
They've kicked 6 of the last 7 goals, Corowa-Rutherglen, and Tommy Goodwin is providing a very, very big headache to Mark Wiley and the Yarrawonga crew because he's dominating in the ruck. He just got caught holding the ball there. He did. Tommy, what are you doing to me? But he is
right on cue.
He's providing a very physical presence out there. So it's a free kick here to Tyson. At half back, he's going to send it up towards half forward, floating across there. Nash not able to get the contest. Wheeler dishes the hand pass out here to Gibbons. He's too far out, wants his left. Hand passes over the top to Koopman. Matt Wilson, I reckon, just kicks
Gibbons into it again, boys.
It was a little stomp. That'll get looked
lost
at.
His jumper.
It is absolutely on here, right?
That was no need for that, Matty Wilson. That was not on.
So there's a free kick here. You watch the fight, boys, and I'll watch Jess Koopman.
You watch Koopman have his shot.
So
but it's still going here.
Tied up against the boundary.
Getting into Gibbons too.
50 metres out. Williams! Lee Williams marks 15 metres out directly in front. Well, I'll tell you what, it is heated here. It is lifted. We'll talk through this one after this goal, probably, Chriso. Boundary side for Corowa-Rutherglen MG, but Lee Williams has marked 15 metres out directly in front, and he'll go back and absolutely nail this, you think, and bring the margin back to 10 points, and we can have a breath. Game on here on R&M Live, 15-6-6-3-8. Williams kicks a steel line goal today, and Yarrawonga 4-3-27, Corowa-Rutherglen 6-1-37 on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard. Second quarter action for Solar Integrity, and Chris Mitchell Talk us through that little incident, because I reckon there was a stomp or something from Matt Wilson.
I didn't see what Matt Wilson did, but whatever he did, he didn't really like it, Gibbons. So he actually lifted him off the ground and slammed his head in the turf after that. So then it was game on, and we had everyone coming in left, right, and centre to join in the fun. So and then Gibbons lost his shirt. It's all happening down here on the boundary.
So Gibbons, I reckon he was almost a round arm
Oh,
in
it was
there as
definitely
well.
a round arm, but there wasn't much in it. But you just don't do that when someone's laying on the ground.
Wouldn't like to be on the match review panel this week,
No,
boys.
definitely not. As now Wilson just taps it forward out in front of Robinson. Harry Wheeler chops it off quickly. No, it's Coburn. Coburn just taps it out in front of him. Oh, well done, George Sandel. Finding the footy on his left foot inside 50. Into the space, but Jackson first back there drops the mark. Bradkey applies the pressure. Sexton on the ground gets the handball out now. And Yarrawonga with Bruce. No, pushing the back was Ryan Bruce by Filipponi. But Filipponi picks it up, throws it on the boot. Can he get the bounce in the goal score? He has! Steal on goal today. Hayden Filipponi. What a finish, what a bounce in the goal square. And a nice little goal there from Hayden Filipponi to just stop the run of the Yarrawonga boys, who haven't been able to kick 2 in a row since the first 2 of the game, Freaky.
Yeah, absolutely outstanding. 5 inside 50s in this quarter as well for Corowa-Rutherglen. For 3 goals, they've been very effective when they've been able to take it inside their forward 50. Cam Wilson, again, as we touched on in that first quarter, he's up to 3 disposals early in this second term as well. Takes it to 8 for the game. He's been really, really good. Yarrawonga had the 3 inside 50s for 2 goals as well in this term, but just can't seem to get that lead back off Corowa, who got that out early.
So back in the middle of the ground, in the hands here of Harry Wheeler. Oh, a little bit of candy. Takes the bounce. Runs his full measure through to 70. Kicks it in the Williams direction. Out the back. He's going to kick a goal. He has. He's dribbled it through. The instant reply from Yarrawonga. A steel line goal today, and we've gone goal for goal in the last couple of minutes here on O&M Live. Boys, we have had 6 goals in 8 minutes of footy, Chriso.
Yeah, it was a great clearance there by Wheeler, and he just a clever footballer, Williams. He was able to edge Howard under the ball, marked it one hand and dribbled one through, so a quick reply there for the Pigeons.
Harry Wheeler's one for Yarrawonga. They'd want to get busy. He's only had 3 disposals on the Water stat sheet to start this game. He's obviously one of their prime ball winners. They want to get him involved more in the action.
So if we have a look at the scoreboard, it's just been going. It's nearly going to burn out, I think, in this quarter. 6 goals in 7 minutes. Unbelievable. As the ball goes up now, Coburn gets the centre clearance. He kicks it out. That man, Matt Wilson, from that wing, just gets it around the corner out in front of Cameron Wilson, the cousin. Just knocks it over the back, and that man, Lee Masters, first to it. Gets the footy on the ground, just handballs along the ground. That's smart. Quick handball from Wheeler. Yeah, as he gets it back now. Way down from behind. What a chase down tackle. Joe Hansen. Hasn't he started this game hot? Joey Hansen, the Corowa captain, he knows it's on today. Comes back to the middle, not the right call there. Matt McCabe chops it off for the Pigeons, and he'll send them forward.
So 43 plays 33. If you're just joining us, a 10-point lead to Corowa-Rutherglen. We've had 6 goals in this second quarter in 8 minutes. Frantic stuff. Sexton through centre wing. Broadcast side, goes down the line, over the head of Mead. Jake Wood has to get a hand pass backwards to go forwards. Pernag's kick, going to be intercepted by Harry Wheeler, who's lifted. Freaky called for him. Williams is out the back, and he's socketed it out of mid-air. Williams has kicked 3 goals in the last 5 minutes. I think he's kicked 3 goals in this second quarter, Chris Mitchell, for Albury-Wodonga MG.
Yeah, he's just clever, isn't he? He knows where the ball's going to go, and he just found himself at the back of the pack again. Too clever, and off the ground, soccer style. So, eat your heart out, Ronaldo.
And he's coming quickly to Cal Moore. Now, Lee Williams goes to 47 goals for the year. He's only 5 behind Cal Moore.
He'll catch him, I think. He'll catch him, won't he, Freaky?
Yeah, I reckon he will.
But I know we've spoken about Cody Howard and how well he started that first quarter, but now that he's getting Williams further and further back, because Cody Howard's trying to be really aggressive with his body positioning, he's been in front, and it's just starting to get out the back a little bit easier. As Ash Broughton throws the ball up in the middle, Will Robinson in the ruck now. Holgate wins it for Yarrawonga, comes to Lane. Lane fumbles, but below his knees. Coburn chops it off, gets a little boot out in front of Ironspawn. Ironspawn for the Pigeons, feeds it back to Harry Wheeler. Wheeler out to Holgate, who's worked from the ruck contest to in front of the scoreboard there. Kicks it down the line to McCabe, one-handed. Just taps it over the boundary line, and we'll have a throw in. About 70 around from Yarrawonga's goal on the far side.
We need a breather, boys. I tell you what,
hot, this footy. It's been hot.
Frantic.
Certainly has. On the Water stat sheet, 5 inside 50s for Yarrawonga for 4 goals in this quarter. So we're talking about how efficient Corowa was going forward. Yarrawonga even more so in this second term.
Robinson's jump was nice, and Melksham streams away. Little dainty kick, goes about 10 metres. Bradkey leading up at the footy, gives a hand pass off to Saunders. This is really nice movement here for Corowa-Rutherglen. Marks at half forward, goes out wide. It's in the hands here of Barrett.
Had a good game too, Barrett.
He has.
He's important with the linkage work, hasn't he?
He's a beautiful user. Look at that. Into a hole, Cam Wilson marks 45 metres out on a 45-degree angle. Chris Mitchell, boundary side for Corowa-Rutherglen MG. He's already kicked two. Does he have the distance here?
I think he does, and he's a beautiful kick, so you wouldn't put it past him knobbing one. It's a quite difficult angle. That might stretch it a little bit for him, but he's got some troops in the goal square too if it falls short.
This would be some finish from Cam Wilson. Some first half he's putting together if he nails this. He likes it off the boot and he hits the post. So Corowa-Rutherglen 7-2. They've been very accurate 44. Lead Yarrawonga 6-3-39. We've played 11 minutes here in the second quarter on the Macca's time clock. We're doing it for solar integrity.
As now the ball comes out, Bradkey chops it off quickly, gets it back, tackled straight away by Sexton. Ball goes to ground, and I think we're going to have a ball up, about on the 50-metre arc in this second quarter. It's been hot footy. Of course, this second quarter is brought to you by Solar Integrity. Umpire just gets away from that boundary line, flicks it in the air. You see Will Robertson, nice jump, straight down to Melcham. Melcham throws on the boot, and a diving mark by Jack Sexton. Went all about 7.5 metres, but the umpires decided to pay it.
It looked good.
It looked good. The dive, I think, got him the mark. Goes short now to his teammate in Wheeler. Harry, that is. Harry goes across now to Maury. Maury plays on quickly, goes to his captain in Masters. Masters gets held up, just pushes back. He's going to go long down the line, I think. As he finds a teammate there, it's going to be chopped off. Going to get a free kick for too high. That was Zachariah Cuppins. Cuppins plays on quickly now and just bombs away. Sitting under that's Barrett. Great grab from the boy from Bell Reynolds. See why he's played a bit of VFL footy.
Yeah, he has started really well since he's made his debut against Rodas. Oh no, Nash left the footy behind out there on that far side. Corowa-Rutherglen were away. Can the Yarrawonga Pigeons make him pay? Fronfelder, he faked one way, runs to 50 metres. Bailey Fronfelder, beautiful looking kick into Bruce. And Bruce marks 40 metres out on a slight angle. Oh no, Xander Nash, Chriso left the footy behind out there on that far side. He could make him pay.
Yeah, it's really going to hurt. It's a 2-goal turnaround if he kicks it, because Darcy Melcham's on the ground too. Not in a good way, guys.
I think you might have got a knee where you don't want to get a knee, Chriso. Just having a look at that.
Yeah, so he's always going to mark that.
And now boys telling him he has to stand still.
He's sucking in the big balls. Poor Darcy Melcham. Ryan Bruce stabbed at it a little bit. That's across the face.
Come and have a rub on the boundary. I think. I'm sure it's still there.
So Yarrawonga 6-4-40, Corowa-Rutherglen 7-2-44. That's on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. Brad Freak on the Water stat sheet.
Yeah, 4 touches in this quarter to Cam Wilson, who we've touched on. He's been outstanding so far for Corowa. Joe Hansen up to 9 disposals for the game as well. I think Joe's probably been the best on for Corowa so far today.
As Cody Howard tries to kick it in and tried to kick it 100 metres, and it's gone sideways. Just bounced just for the boundary line and one of the boundary throwing.
Is that normally a free kick? Because he played on?
No, because he played on. Because he got outside the square.
I'll tell you what, everyone plays on now, so they've got to change that rule.
Well, it's a stat. That's why they play on now. So
the only way I used to get a kick.
Ball gets tossed in and it comes to Fothergill, gets another one, and so does Gibbons. Goes to Coburn and kicks it inside 50, but not his greatest kick so far today. Braden Coburn. And the free kick will go to Xander Nash. Nash for Corowa-Rutherglen. Goes quickly now to the little man who's having some sort of game, Cameron Wilson. On the halfback flank now, just looking for a teammate. Probably just taking a bit of the heat out of the game here. Just goes short to Pernag. That ball nearly went through his chest. I think he kicked it that hard, Cameron Wilson. Pernag now just finds a teammate just over the top. Nastasi takes a good grab under some hot pressure there from Jack Sexton. Nastasi, what's he going to do, the little man? Good to see him back out there. Had a lot of issues this year with those legs. Gets around Sexton a little bit too easy and just kicks it long and high. Ball comes to ground. Struve brings it down. Quick handball out by Gibbons. Gibbons to Masters. Masters a quick handball over the top. Gets out there to Ironspawn. Ironspawn now. Koopman all over the back. Gets it to ground. Pernag quick onto it. Gives a quick handball to Wood. Wood slips over. Great tackle there from Koopman. Great pressure by the Yarrawonga mid-sized forwards. As we go to Freaky for around the grounds for the Plough in Tower Wingy.
Yeah, and the one other game the other to Murray, Albury out to a 29-point lead in that game there, 49-20 in halfway through the second quarter.
And here at the JC Low Oval, Yarrawonga 6-4, trail Corowa-Rutherglen 7-2. It's in the hands here of Koopman. Plays on at half forward, kicks it in towards Williams. He's already got 3, juggles it. He's almost marked that. Williams runs around on the left, dribbles one towards the goal, and Howard cuts it off and sees it over the boundary line for a throw-in. So it's a 4-point lead here to Corowa-Rutherglen in this second quarter. We're ticking up towards the 16th minute mark. on the McDonald's time clock, and it's a dangerous position here for Yarrawonga. Williams has kicked 3 in this quarter, Monty.
He's looking dangerous, isn't he, Lee Williams? Starting to do it all now. Ball now from Robinson. He punches it away. Pernag first to it. Just handballs out in front of himself, but doesn't keep going with it. Ironspawn first onto it. Feeds back now to Maury. Maury throws on that left boot, but a little bit wayward going inside 50, and we're going to have out of bounds on the full, I think. These umpires are conferring, but it must have been touched off the boot. Must have been, boys. That might have been why it sprayed a little bit wide. As Panda, check those raffle numbers, mate. Every week you make sure we try.
Well, what were the numbers?
2598 for anyone listening around the ground. As the ball comes down now to Coburn.
Not us.
Coburn gets the clearance and kicks it in front. Oh, Williams just plucked it out of Nick Fothergill's hands. And what a grab. He's starting to look dangerous, boys. Chris Mitchell, what can they do to stop him?
I don't think they have a match-up for him, do they? Jake Wood, I guess you could put him on. He's the only other option, really. But, yeah, he just put the big jukes up and come down with a footy, and he's not much angle to speak of, about 25 metres out.
That's Chris Mitchell on the boundary for Albury-Wodonga MG as Lee Williams gets moving now, lining up for number 4 in this second quarter. Only about 25 out. Doesn't normally miss these, and he doesn't. Lee Williams goes bang and gets another one closer to Cal Moore in the Strang race. And he's kicked 4 this quarter.
Pigeons in front.
He's flying, Lee Williams.
Absolutely outstanding there by Williams. Third mark inside forward 50 on the Water stat sheet in this game. They really needed his presence in the forward half, Yarrawonga. He leads the competition in contested marks, and we've seen that down there with that particular mark then, and in the first quarter on the wing as well. He's been really, really strong. 8 inside 50s to 6 now for Yarrawonga in favour, and they've been able to get it on the scoreboard more as well in this term. 4 touches to Harry Wheeler as well, so he's starting to get busy for the Pigeons.
The last 4 goals of the game for Yarrawonga has big Leroy Williams. He's now up to 48 goals for the year. So the Pigeons back in front, 7-4-46, Corowa-Rutherglen 7-2-44, and they go forward again here, the Pigeons. Over the head there at Koopman. Howard probably should have marked that one, or it might have been Jake Wood.
Wood, yeah.
You're right, it was Wood. Wilson shovels one back to Spencer. It's a hot footy. Wilson just gets it on the boot, and it goes out towards half-back. Nastasi comes up and meets the footy. His hand pass is to no one in particular.
Round to 1, that's a win for the Roos there. Well done, Nastasi.
Sexton sees it over the boundary line. True centre wing, going to have a throw-in. 2-point lead here to Yarrawonga, 7-4-46 over Corowa-Rutherglen, 7-2-44. We will chase a Yarrawonga News and Gifts netball update with Brad Freak very, very soon. But here's Scott Montgomery for the Old Town and Country Tavern.
Bit of a low worm burner of a throw-in there. Gibbons gets the free kick, gets his head taken off while he's going. He said,
to get a free kick.
I think the umpire was yelling duck the head, was he, Chriso?
Yeah, maybe he did duck the head.
Yeah, so he's paid ducking the head.
Stars is going to get a free for
So Charlie Nastasi is slowly starting to work his way into this game. First game back for a very long time for Charlie. A much-loved player at Corowa-Rutherglen. He plays on now, kicks down the line, goes searching wide for Struve. Ball bounces up, and we'll have a boundary throw-in about 65 around from the Yarrawonga Corowa goals. Freaky.
Yeah, Yarrawonga News and Gifts netball update. Corowa-Rutherglen ahead by a goal at the moment in the big game against Yarrawonga, 30-29.
That's first versus third. Am I correct in that one? What a competition it's shaping up to be in the A-grade netball. Here's a chance for Saunders. Had to get rid of it pretty quick there at half forward. Well done there by Bo Seymour, the veteran. Left foot kick is really high up towards half forward. Big fist there by the Roos from Wood. Spills here to Koopman, able to get a hand pass away to Fronfelder. Beautiful left foot kick to Gibbons. He forgot to kick the ball, did Mick? But it doesn't matter because he kicked it beautifully to Lee Williams anyway, who marks tight in the pocket, Chriso.
Yeah, he had about 4 metres on Jake Wood, and he's on a tight ankle, but great work by Gibbons. He had a stab at it, dropped the ball, and then had heaps of time to do it again. So, yeah, managed to hit his big key forward up.
He was in the initial contest, Williams, and then just ducked out the back. No one went with him, and that's why I think Gibbo thought, no, he's going to have to change his lead here, and that's might have been why he didn't kick it first time to him.
So Lee Williams for unbelievably goal number 5. He's not going to register a score, big Leroy, out on the full. But the score remains the 2-point lead here to Yarrawonga on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. We've ticked up to 20 minutes here on the Macca's time clock, 46-44, as Jared Lane marks at half-back here for Corowa-Rutherglen broadcast side.
There's Jared Lane now, who'll be looking to get on that left foot. I told to play on now, just kicks it nice and high down the line. I think he was looking for a good one, but it's gone over his head. Maury comes over the top, about 4 deep, and they'll take that boundary throw, I think, Yarrawonga.
On the Waters stat sheet, Nick Gibbons is getting busy. He's up to 6 disposals in this second term. Takes him up to 14 for the game. Also, Lee Masters and Ryan Ironspawner had 3. Harry Wheeler's up to 5 disposals. Cam Wilson is up to 6 disposals in for Corowa in this second quarter.
I think Gibbo might have taken some angry pills at quarter time too. He's finding the footy. He's been in a couple of blues too.
Don't mind it.
Ball gets over the back to Tyson. Just kicks it straight inside 50. Joe Hansen unattended. Plays on quickly. Rebounds quickly out of the 50 now to Filipponi. Filipponi can't quite take it. Ball just kept down. Bo Seymour now gets to ground. Tries to get back up. Will Robinson dives in, locks the foot in, and we'll have a ball up inside the centre square. Slightly favouring the Corowa end of the ground as we have a look 22 minutes past on the Macca's time clock.
A 2-point lead to Yarrawonga. This quarter's had everything here on R&M Live. Whether you're watching on the TV or listening on 3&E, Wilson, another possession. He was pushed as he kicked it. Yeah, had to be a free kick at half forward. Umpire said play on. Great hand pass there from Fothergill to space. Here's Gibbons through centre wing. Has to go back to Masters. Why not? Usually uses it brilliantly. Not on that occasion. Masters turning the footy over, and it's going to be a free kick for out on the full to the Corowa-Rutherglen Footy Club, who I reckon will be pretty happy to see half-time soon. 7-2-44, Yarrawonga 7-4-46, CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. Brad Freak, what do you got for us on the Water stat sheet?
Yeah, Cam Wilson up to 7 disposals, 5 for Harry Wheeler, 11 inside 50s for Yarrawonga in this term as well, compared to 6 for Corowa.
As we see now, Morey picks it up at D50. What an attacking kick there. Finds Fothergill in the middle of the ground. He wanted to keep going. Geordie Ayres was hot on his hammer. Pushes back now, plays on quickly. Nick Fothergill having a good game. On that left boot, goes inside 50, but to no one to go to the top of Hansen. Hansen gets it out to Williams. It just goes bang. Thank you very much, Lee Williams. Still on goal of the day. Number 5 for the quarter. Chriso.
Yeah, he's absolutely on fire. Everything he touches turns to gold, boys. But he just got caught under the footy a little bit there, Joey Hansen, who's had a ripping game so far for the Roos, the captain there. But he just couldn't bring the ball down, couldn't mark it. And Williams, he only needed one touch, turned around, wheeled around, and snapped truly from about 45 out.
Just showed his class then too, Lee Williams. Obviously, he's had the month or so out of the game, hasn't obviously played, and to be able to come back in, obviously, first quarter was a little bit quieter, but to hit this second quarter like this just shows the class of the player that the Yarrawonga have.
Joe Hansen would love that back again. He's had an unbelievable game, Joey. Just overran the footy, and Williams, well, he doesn't need any sniff.
It's getting dangerous here for Corowa.
It is indeed. So here's Coburn, left foot, free kick inside the middle of the ground, kicks it up towards McCabe. Good fist there by Corowa-Rutherglen. Pernag, he's been okay. Went without it. Williams back to Pernag, and he gets it on that left foot again. Put it away, Bailey. Free kick downfield. It's going to go the way here of Corowa-Rutherglen and half forward, and I think it's going to be downfield, and it's going to be Cam Barrett, who has been very good. Yeah, and a 50, Chriso, for Orbadonga MG.
Yeah, they need it, don't they? Relieve a little bit of pressure, the Roos, but they really need the next goal. Otherwise, it's going to be very hard to claw back this deficit in the second half.
As we see now, Cameron Barrett, boy from Bell Reynolds, just tossing the ball around in his hand, just trying to find the right option. A lot of numbers back inside the Corowa 50 here. So he just goes short, finds his little midfield mate in Cameron Wilson.
Doing a lot of work up the ground, isn't he, Cameron Wilson, around half forward.
As he's just telling his players where he wants them to go, and kicks it out into space. Bradkey now, one-on-one, just falls a little bit short, goes to ground, pops back up by Caelan Bradkey, spins around on the right, brilliant, kicks a goal, steal on goal today, Caelan Bradkey. What a finish. Well done, young fella.
3 goals now for Caelan Bradkey. Just absolutely fought for the ball there. Came, brought it to ground and picked it all up. He made it around. He made his own. Beautiful snap there as well. Cam Wilson was the one that delivered into him, as we touched on. He's had 8 disposals in this second quarter. Takes him up to 13 for the game. He's been everywhere with 2 goals himself, so he's been outstanding. Been on top of the inside 50s, Yarrawonga, in this second term, a 12-8. But the Corowa have been able to hit the scoreboard and keep themselves in the game.
Going quite direct too, but we've spoken about Bradkey's second efforts during the pre-match, and he's just phenomenal. Just turns on a dime and snapped truly there. A really much-needed goal for the Roos.
It's the battle of the big forwards, boys. Williams got 5, and Bradkey's got 3. Great viewing and listening here on R&M Live, and it's a 4-point ball game. Yarrawonga 54, lead Corowa-Rutherglen 50. And umpire Ash Broughton is going to play holding the ball and a free kick here to Corowa-Rutherglen. And it's that man again, Cam Wilson. He's probably almost been best on ground. His numbers again, Freaky?
Yeah, he's had up to his 9th disposal in this quarter, 14 for the game with 2 goals as well.
Exactly right, 2 goals. His kick is going to be chopped up here at half forward. by Morey. Not a great left foot kick out there looking for Fothergill, and it goes out of bounds right in front of the scoreboard. So how many goals have we had in this second quarter? Wow, a 10-goal quarter here on O&M Live. It's open stuff. It's frantic. It's a beautiful day for footy and netball, and it's a 4-point lead to Yarrawonga over the Roos.
As Tommy Goodwin now just gets a big fist on it, falls to Filipponi. Filipponi just rolls around on that right boot, kicks it inside 50, gets over the top of Will Robinson and Holgate. Holgate goes back at it. Ball just spins out now, and Yarra put it out on the full. Harry Wheeler was the intended target, but he wasn't that wide.
Great forward pressure by the Roos, just locking it in there, giving them repeat entries, isn't it?
He was going to have to be on the tennis courts to take that mark. But now Filipponi will get another touch. He'll send it back inside 50. Told to play on now. Kicks it nice and high. Looking for that man, Bradkey again. Great sport from behind. The umpires have found something. It's going to go the Yarrawonga way to Tyson. Yep, in the contest he had there with Tommy Goodwin.
Goodwin, yeah, gave that one away.
In the red boots, big Cal Tyson. He's played pretty much every game since about round 1 or 2. Sexton with a torpedo punt. Not a great kick. Did Pernag get pushed in the back? Umpire.
The Roos on the bench thought it was.
Yeah, umpire says no. We've got a ball up 70 metres around from the Corowa-Rutherglen goal. They would love another late one here. 8-2-50. Trail Corowa-Rutherglen 8-5. 56. Did the scoreboard just change then?
Just flickers, I think.
A minute ago. Now it's 56. Not sure Yarrawonga have scored. Anyway, Lee Williams out the back here. Great kick forward. Howard, big chase. Williams, did he drop it? The Corowa bench certainly thought so. Howard, big important one-on-one to win. Just clears his defensive zone. Nyholm here for the Pigeons. Got rid of it and then probably should have won a free kick, but the spills away here of Wilson, who kicks it down the line for the Roos.
As Masters one-on-one there, brings it to ground. Great 50-50 of that contest. And they just dive on. The umpire says play on, still playing on. It's sticking around in there. Tommy Goodwin's in there as well. And now Ash Broughton blows the whistle.
How's the the goal-defining tackle there by Cody Howard? Got wrong side of him by Williams, who's had obviously ripping quarter, but he brought it down beautifully.
10 as well for Cam Wilson on the water stat sheet in this second quarter as well.
So the scoreboard actually reads 8-5-53 to Corowa-Rutherglen 8-2-50. It's in the hands here of Jake Wood at half-back for the Roos. Good hand pass inboard to Spencer to Ayres, and he pumps it inside forward 50. Nastasi, good body work. Well done by Masters. Goes in over and over again. Uses the footy brilliantly. It wins important contests in the air and on that occasion, Monty, at ground level.
Yes, he doesn't miss too many as the ball gets kicked now out in front of Lawrence. Bounce, not very nice. Nash handballs it to himself in the end. Trying to get onto his left boot. Doesn't have a right. Ball's now to Struve. Gives a handball. It misses Wilson, and we're going to have a boundary throw in, I reckon, right in front of the Yarrawonga bench. Any stats there, Freaky, on the water stat sheet?
Yeah, inside 50s in this quarter have been very even. Yarrawonga up to 13. Corowa-Rutherglen had 11 themselves as well. So Mick Gibbons is the highest disposal getter for Yarrawonga in the second quarter on the water stat sheet. He's had 7.
As now George Sandel just fumbles the footy in his first game. Lawrence gets the handball off the ground, gets it out to Sexton. Sexton runs through the pack and kicks it nice and deep. Why would you not look for this man? William! Bang!
Wow.
2 on 1, just too strong. I think he yelled to Gibbo to get
Leroy,
going. I think
go back
needs to kick this.
Have a shot, Leroy. This will be for number 6.
Tell you what, if he kicks this, it's nearly the best quarter of footy I've seen in a long time from a key forward.
I was about to ask, I don't think I've ever seen someone kick 6
I reckon
goals.
Josh Mellington has. I reckon Josh Mellington did one day when he kicked 18 or something.
He's the best forward we've seen in this competition for a very, very long time.
Since Josh Mellington. He was just as good, but Lee Williams now moves in, have a shot from about 35 out. We're right behind this, and it swings beautifully through the middle. Number 6, Lee Williams, some sort of quarter here. Not bad at all, and he's kicked 6 of the last 8 goals in the game.
Chris Mitchell, we're seeing some quarter here from Lee Williams.
Yeah, we're pretty much speechless, aren't we? You can't put a foot wrong, and kicking beautifully as well. How many behinds? He's only got 1 or 2 behinds as well.
One behind and one on the full.
Yeah, very, very clean effort today. He's kept the Yarrawonga Pigeons in front too. If it wasn't for him, Yarrawonga would be obviously behind on the scoreboard.
5 marks inside 50 as well on the water stat sheet. Plenty of contested efforts around the ground. We number 1 contested marker in the competition as well. He just proven it again with that last contest.
I don't think Cody Howard's done a lot wrong either, boys.
No.
That was just brute strength. That reminded me a lot of the Jamie Elliott mark last week. 2 versus 1, and an even better finish there from Lee Williams. So the siren sounds here at the JC Low Oval. What a great half of Ovens and Murray footy. That's brilliant end-to-end stuff. 17 goals in that first half sees the Pigeons take a 9-point lead, 9-5-59 over Corowa-Rutherglen, 8-2-50, and they've been just as good in this first half. When we come back, the Supreme Skylights halftime show, Brad Freak and Chris Mitchell are going to talk you through that one. And we're going to have a little feed here at the Yarrawonga canteen.
They're not bad, are they? They're good.
They are fantastic. You're listening to O&M Live, and on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room at the SSNA.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
Did someone say KFC?
I don't care. I love it.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where there's industry qualified trainers. Go where students come first. Go for the community. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
GoTAFE is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
Inspiring.
hands-on,
Flexible. Fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
Hi, I'm Kylie King. I first fell in love with this region as the Prime News sports presenter. Sometimes this feels like my second home. I love our historic towns and vibrant cities, our passion for sport, and of course the people who make it special. And now I get to share what's important in our region with Kev Polton. So join us, Kylie and Kev for breakfast, weekday mornings from 6 on 2AY and 3NE. Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
6-3-NE.
Half time here at the JC Low Oval sees Yarrawonga with a 6-point lead, 9-4-56 over Corowa-Rutherglen, 8-2-50. Blake Panderescott with you, Brad Freak as well. SSNA round 15 Ovens and Murray action. Sorry, 9-4-58 I should say over Corowa-Rutherglen, 8-2-50. It's hard to see the scoreboard out there on that far side sometimes, Freaky.
Right on with Yarrawonga's score if you're at the ground. It's just got the bit of sun. It looks like there's even like part of the scoreboard. It's just a little bit of a different colour. It does make it easy to read from the contribution. But lucky we've got the app, Panda. We can keep up to date there.
We do have the app. We've got the live stream as well. Whether you're watching on the Optus TV, hope you're having a great Saturday Arvo, or you're listening to us here on 15-6-3-8. We have had a very, very entertaining first half of SSNA Ovens and Murray footy. Obviously, Corowa-Rutherglen took a 12-point lead into quarter time, and they're now down by 8 points. It was the Lee Williams second quarter, Brad Freak. He kicked 6 goals, if you don't mind.
I don't reckon you see a better quarter of football by a forward in the SSNA Ovens and Murray. Almost, you wouldn't see a better quarter of footy from a forward in the AFL as well, I reckon. Panda, he was absolutely outstanding, taking 2 or 3 big pack marks. He had 5 marks inside 50 in that quarter there. 4 marks inside 50 in that second quarter alone. A couple of really big contested marks. He's just a beautiful set shot as well. You've just got so much. You have so much confidence as Mark Wiley and the coaching staff of Yarrawonga and the playing group. You get Lee Williams the ball inside 40 metres, anywhere inside the forward 50. You'd be pretty confident that he's going to go back and do the job for you and put it on the scoreboard. And Chris Mitchell, you touched on just while in the outbreak. If it wasn't for Lee Williams, Yarrawonga probably would be behind in this game. Well, obviously they'd be behind in this game.
Yeah, no, Corowa haven't done a lot wrong, and I don't think Cody Howard's been completely outclassed either. He's just not much you can do when how big would he be? He'd be 6'6", 6'7".
Yeah, I think Lee's a little bit taller than me, about 6'3", 6'4". So
yeah, okay,
like
but Howard's giving away a good 10 centimetres plus, and just when he puts the big jukes up, it's very hard to stop. And the delivery has been all right, but he's made the most of the chances.
It's his leg speed Cody Howard's got to use to hurt him the other way. We saw it in that first quarter, that beautiful big run from full back all the way up to their half forward flank. Took 4 bounces, I think it was, Chris.
More, yeah.
So by the end of the night, it'll be 5 or 6 by Cody. But but that's how they have to use him and damage him going the other way. But they've got to really rely on that ball use going forward from Yarrawonga to be not on their job. But today it has been at times, so it makes it really difficult for him today.
Yeah, well, it's been an avalanche of 450 entries probably late in that quarter, wasn't it? And he just made the most of those chances. But I think the midfield started to get on top. I think that's where it was sort of won and lost in the second half of the quarter.
Yeah, if we have a look at the Water stat sheet, the midfielders in that second quarter for Yarrawonga, we had Harry Wheeler had 5 disposals, Nick Fothergill had 6, Michael Gibbons also was the one. He had 7 in that second term himself. He's kicked a couple of goals as well, so he's been really, really strong today with the 15 disposals altogether and the couple of goals. If we look at, as you say, the inside 50s, they're pretty even, but it's how often and how regular they come in. So different pages, similar to the game that they played earlier in the year when it was just full of momentum swings. Today, not so much that game because it's sort of been end to end, but it's just keeping that forward pressure, which I think at times Corowa have actually been better than Yarrawonga at keeping the ball inside their forward 50 and keeping that pressure. The smaller blokes down there for Corowa, Hayden Filipponi and the like down there are doing a really strong job keeping the ball inside 50. And Keelan Bradkey's been really, really good in the forward half, kicking 3 goals himself for Corowa and getting on the end of it. But I think there's plenty of good things that Corowa have done in this first half. It's one man. It's not very often you can say that there's one man that stood in between you and the lead at half-time in the game. So, I mean, if they can tighten that up a little bit, they'll be able to get right back on top here, Corowa.
I totally agree. They haven't done a lot wrong, and it's this Williams who's been the difference between the two sides, without a doubt. 6 goals for the quarter, and outstanding. So, obviously, at half-time is 9-4. What is it, 58?
Well, the scores here are a little bit...
8-2-50.
They're a little bit...
Scoreboard anyway.
They're a little bit wrong, I think. On the app, it's showing 9-6-60 Yarrawonga to Corowa-Rutherglen 8-2-50. So we're not sure whether it's 9-4-58 or whether Yarrawonga are on 9-6-60.
Well,
so there we
8 to 10 point turnaround. So great stuff there by the Roos, and they haven't done a lot wrong, as we've said, but and made the most of their chances. I love the work of the small forwards. I reckon Filipponi's been really good. Cam Wilson's done a lot of his damaging work across half forward there as well and set Bradkey up. Bradkey hasn't really, besides I think the first quarter, had a mark and a goal, so he's had to make the most of his chances when the ball's hit the ground.
Well, he used that athleticism that when we spoke to Jared Hutton in the pre-game that he said he has, then he just showed it at different stages in that second quarter, particularly with the goal in that second term where he's able to pick the ball up the ground, break off a tackle and snap on his right foot. It was really, really strong by him. So, I mean, if they can get the delivery right for him, because he looks fairly dangerous in the forward half as well, so he'd be really happy with his work, as we touched on already, 3 goals in that first half. So, as we keep touching on, there's plenty to like here for Corowa, but it just seems, as Scotty pointed out on the call late in that second quarter, it just felt like Yarrawonga were just starting to get their way with the game. So we'll see if Corowa can wrestle that back in this third quarter.
For Yarrawonga news and gifts as well, it's a beauty in the netball where Monty is out there watching at the minute. Yarrawonga 44 to Corowa-Rutherglen 41. So could be a huge result here for Yarrawonga in the A-grade netball.
Could be 2 losses in the row for the premiership favourites, the Roos. So, very interesting. Yarrawonga, obviously. Where are they on the ladder? Are they second or third? Yeah, third. So, 1v third. It's plenty to play for. And the little mind games might start before finals. They'll probably face each other again in September. So, very interesting.
Yeah, you want to get those wins now, regardless if it's football or netball. But the netball in this instance, considering how powerful Corowa have been over the last couple of years on the netball court, to get some of their big rivals, obviously Lavi last week, are able to knock them off. And if Yarrawonga can get the job done today, just sow those seeds of doubt in their mind before they come into a big finals campaign as well. If we have a look around the ground for the Plough and Tarrawingi, the one other game that we're keenly keeping an eye on today between the Wodonga Raiders and the Albury Tigers at halftime, the Albury Tigers are 34 points up. Still plenty of game to go there.
Monty's very happy with that.
Monty's very, very happy. I'll get you boys to explain why Monty's very happy with that. But if we have a look at the AFL at the moment, just towards the end of the second quarter in the Swans and the Giants game, the Swans have kicked away out to a 38-point lead, 60-22. And just early in the third quarter between Port Adelaide and Collingwood with a 5-point lead there, 47-42.
Well, I tell you what, Wodonga Raiders' strength in the last couple of weeks has been their second half. So they're going to have to do it again against the Albury Tigers because, well, I really liked Wodonga Raiders' chances to maybe not cause an upset, but really push Albury today.
Be competitive.
They probably should have beat Corowa-Rutherglen. They lost by a point. We know they won their first game of the year last year, and Albury have a lot of players out today through injury and unavailability. So I thought that they might, be pushed by Wodonga Raiders, and I thought I'm going to have a bet with Monty here. I reckon that Wodonga Raiders can get within 30 points. So that was our line.
Yep.
And we got a slab of beer on it. So you watch that line. Wodonga Raiders get within 30 of the Albury Tigers. It's currently a 34-point
Well, if it's hovering around the 30-point mark, there'll be plenty more updates in that second half. So you'll be hearing all about it. There'll also be plenty of updates as well if the Pies keep doing the job too. So
none of that, please. None of the Collingwood scores, please, Brad Freed, because it's an absolute beauty here at the JC Low Oval. Frantic sort of footy, Chris Owen. There's been a couple of interesting incidents. I want you to put your match review hat on if you can. Not get too controversial for us, but there was a tackle from Tyson on Wilson in that first quarter. A bit of a sling tackle. What'd you make of that one?
Yeah, it was pretty dangerous, wasn't it? He really grabbed him by the hips and swung him probably 180 degrees, and his head hit the ground first. Like he's a little tough nut, but it certainly knocked the stuffing out of him for a little while. Went back and kicked the goal, but yeah, if I was match review, I'd probably have a bit of a sneaky look at that one. Maybe a week, but if that, he's only saved by the fact that Wilson got up and was all right, and obviously not concussed.
What about the Matt Wilson / Michael? Go before that, actually. Michael Gibbons was involved in a stoush up there with Cody Howard as he kicked the opening goal of the second quarter as well, and there seemed to be a bit of remonstration down there.
Yeah, it just seemed to be he got hit late after the play. So, I mean, and obviously Michael didn't appreciate the treatment that he's got. He's obviously, and then as you were going to touch on, I didn't see the next incident here with Matt Wilson, so I definitely did. I can't comment on it, but they've obviously might be targeting him a little bit, but that comes with the territory sometimes. You don't want to see plays taken, but there's always a little bit of more effort taken into the better players. So, but he's been outstanding, regardless of how he's handled it. He still had 15 disposals and kicked 2 goals in the first half, so it hasn't allowed him to affect his game.
He probably needs a few teammates to stand up for him, to be honest, because he's been paid pretty close attention for the entire match, and it's going to continue in the second half. And he's got off the chain a few times, but he's taken exception to the close tagging that he's got, and the remonstrated a couple of times. It might get him in hot water as well with his effort with Matt Wilson. He did maybe get him high, but it's going to be interesting midweek, that's for sure.
It's going to be interesting because Matt Wilson as he got up, look, there was a little kick or a stomp of some sort. I don't know. There was definitely some foot to back sort of action, so that'll definitely get looked at. Bugger all in it, nothing in it. I reckon more the action. And then Gibbons came in with a pretty big sort of swinging arm as well. Definitely didn't like it, Chriso. And from what I've seen, I don't know Gibbo from a bar of soap, but he's a very, very fiery character. I did watch him play a few VFL games for Williamstown against Werribee, there for a while, and he definitely used to cop a bit of heat out there as well and did fire a few things back. So he's a fiery character.
You might have to ask him about it after the game.
All right, well, Yarrawonga are out on the ground. The Oz kickers are still going on, though, so Yarrawonga are out very, very early. That means they're eager to get out and obviously get this second half underway as the little Oz kickers run around there, the little Bombers and the Collingwood Magpies. We won't talk about that ever again. All right, we're going to half-time here on 15-6-3 and Eats. The Pigeons with what we think is a 10-point lead over the Corowa-Rutherglen Footy Club. And on R&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room at the SSNA.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
Did someone say KFC?
I don't care. I love it.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where there's industry qualified trainers. Go where students come first. Go for the community. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero. The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
GoTAFE is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
Inspiring.
hands-on,
Flexible. Fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
Hi, I'm Kylie King. I first fell in love with this region as the Prime News sports presenter. Sometimes this feels like my second home. I love our historic towns and vibrant cities, our passion for sport, and of course the people who make it special. And now I get to share what's important in our region with Kev Polton. So join us, Kylie and Kev for breakfast, weekday mornings from 6 on 2AY and 3NE.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
1566 3NE.
Seconds away from getting this third quarter, all thanks to STY Metals underway here at the JC Low Oval. As they pump a bit of M&M 8 Mile sort of stuff here, Monty.
It's different music you normally hear at the football, isn't it? They've played a bit of different stuff. Yeah, I like it. I don't mind it. The players probably enjoy it too when they get out there, because Yarrawonga's been out there for a fair while. They got out there nice and early, so they'll be just bopping away to it.
I don't mind it. Keep it on. So the music goes down and the footy goes up. The third quarter's about to get underway. It's a 10-point lead here to Yarrawonga. 60 plays 50 over Corowa-Rutherglen. Let's hope they can put in a very, very good effort in this second half. They've been gallant. They got out to a 12-point lead early stages in that first quarter, but it was the Lee Williams show. If you're just joining us, 6 goals in the second quarter. An unbelievable effort. Love to find out the last time someone kicked 6 goals. As Filipponi comes up, meets the footy, hand pass it back to Wilson. Had to get a hurried kick away. It's a shallow entry. Bradkey comes out and meets the footy here for Corowa-Rutherglen. Wants his left side, goes inboard to Robinson, and he's been met by 2 pigeons straight away. And we've got a ball up right in front of the Corowa-Rutherglen bench here, right in front of our commentary box. 65 around from Corowa-Rutherglen's goal. Broadcast side, Goodwin not able to get a hand to it. Barrett really liked his game. Hand passes it forward about 15 metres, looking for Wilson, and it goes out of bounds. 55 metres out from the Corowa-Rutherglen goal. We've played around 30 or so seconds here in this third quarter for STY Metals. And here's Scott Montgomery for the Old Town and Country Tavern.
There's a ball tossed in. Oh, Tommy Goodwin just goes bang. Is that out of bounds on the full? Yep, it is. Yep, he punches straight out of bounds. So out of bounds on the full from Tommy Goodwin. It's a bit stiff there.
He's not happy with it either.
He got better connection than I think he wanted to. But it will be a free kick to Logan Morey in the back pocket for the Yarrawonga Pigeons. Logan in the long sleeves. I love a good long sleever. I don't mind a bloke who likes to wear the long sleeves on a day like today. He kicks down now right in front of the benches here. Oh, Lee Masters. How good is this bloke with Brandon the footy? Just goes short now, finds Harry Wheeler. Wheeler now, just assessing what he's got. Lots of numbers around. Being told to go backwards a little bit. He's got Morey about 50 metres backwards, and that's where he'll go. So they've given up about 40 metres. He'll go directly sideways now, and you'll find Cross. Cross now just goes short to Holgate. As they're just working their way around the boundary side on that far side. And a beautiful sunbathe JC Low Oval. Oh, not a great kick from Holgate. Just hits Shield. Shield plays on quickly to Wood. Wood goes short to Bradkey, but a poor kick gets behind him. Just a tap over there from Cross, gets it to Gibbons. Gibbons now goes with it with a little short kick to Lawrence. Lawrence gets it on very quickly to Fothergill, and no one near Fothergill. He's got 50 metres with Paddock. Plays on quickly, takes a bounce. Inside 50 now, gets onto that left boot, gets to the top of the goal square. Koopman pushes out, comes over the back. Koopman taken without the footy. Umpire says play on, and we'll have a boundary throw in the Yarrawonga forward pocket.
So we've gone around 2 minutes in this third quarter for STY Metals, and no score to either side here. The scoreboard's still showing the Club Mile Whaler. We do appreciate the Club Mile Whaler, but we also like the score. So boundary throw in. Deep inside the Yarrawonga Pigeons, attacking 50. Are we going to have a re-throw in?
Paid a throw. He reckons he might have scooped it a little bit, that ruck tap from Cole Tyson, I think.
Interesting. So free kick here to Tommy Goodwin, who has been dominant here on the ruck today. Probably been one of his better games for the year from Big Tommy. So he's going to kick it long, 50 metres out of defence. Edged under the footy there was Morey by Filipponi. The umpire saw it, and it's going to be a free kick here to the Pigeons. He's a left footer, gets it on straight away, pumps the Pigeons in towards Williams. Number one for contested marks in the whole competition. He's taken another big contested mark. 35 metres out on a slight angle. Chris Mitchell, boundary side for Corowa-Rutherglen MG.
Well, that's exactly why he's number one for contested marks. He makes it look pretty easy, doesn't he? Puts the big jukes up and comes down with a footy once again, and he's single-handedly keeping Yarrawonga in front this game.
7 marks inside 50 on the Waters stat sheet as well for Lee Williams in this game.
So for the first goal in this third quarter, Lee Williams comes in and has kicked a point. No, it hasn't made the distance. Has that kicked off the ground? It has.
The goal umpire was signalling that it was a point.
You're right. Well picked up, Monty. Frontfelder was celebrating. We know he loves the celebration, does Bailey.
Best in the business.
Well, they're confirming here. Yep, it's a point. So Lee Williams has kicked 6 goals, 2 and 1 out in the full. And it's an early point here to the Yarrawonga Pigeons in this third quarter, and we think they lead by 11 points here on this F45 Wangaratta scoreboard in the third quarter.
As the ball now gets over the back, Matt Wilson for Corowa gets a quick handball to Filipponi. Filipponi kicks it along the boundary. Going to sit up nicely for Joe Hansen. Oh, just really taken out was Lee Masters. Nastasi gets it, and then Masters gets him.
He's going to get a free from the back here. But yeah, he took him out of the contest. He saw who was coming and tried to keep it open for Joe Hansen.
As the ball now goes towards Bradkey. Spoiled Robinson gets a quick handball back to Bradkey. Bradkey runs around, gets it to Wilson. Wilson taken straight away by Nolholm. And Tanner Nolholm, they'll have a boundary throw in. I think Joe Hansen.
Yeah, can you watch Joey Hansen for us, Chris?
He's got his right shoulder strapped, and that's what it's cradling at the moment. Hopefully it's not too bad, a bit of a stinger, but it's not looking good for Joe Hansen at the moment.
There's the ball now. Masters runs back, gets a quick handball back to Cross. Cross gives another handball back, and they're inside their own defensive goal square. Oh, falling over. Jack Sexton falls straight there to Sandrell, who kicks a goal on debut. Still on goal today. Georgie Sandrell. How do you like that? And look at everyone come to him. All the Corowa boys getting around him on debut. Been a long road back to senior footy for George Sandrell. And just that little slip there from Jack Sexton opened the door, and Sandrell said, "Thank you very much. I'll take this."
It's a legendary name in O&M circles, isn't it? The Sandrell name. And yeah, great to see the youngster kick one on debut. It wasn't a convincing kick, but went through the middle nonetheless.
Early, 2 inside 50s apiece early in this quarter. Obviously, Corowa, it's just been a matter of then taking their opportunities when they do go inside forward 59-2. They've been able to kick a lot straighter today than Yarrawonga, so just need to keep taking their advantage of their opportunities when they get them.
So the scoreboard here reads 9-5-59, Yarrawonga to Corowa-Rutherglen 9-2-56. That's what the scoreboard is saying here at the JC Low Oval. Might be saying something different on the app. We're probably going to have to get this one checked if it gets very, very tight. As Barrett with a left foot kick inboard looking for Bradkey. Over around the footy. Cross and Sexton. Hand passes it to Masters. Gives it back to Sexton. Defensive kick isn't a great one. A bit of a floater. Saunders dives on the footy for the Roos. He's been tackled straight away. Able to get a hand pass out. And it trickles over the boundary line. 60 around from the Corowa-Rutherglen goal. We've gone 6 minutes here in this third quarter. For STY Metals, that's on the Macca's time clock. And here's Scotty Montgomery for the Old Town and Country Tavern.
As we have a throw-in right on the 50-metre arc of the Corowa end. Ball just gets tapped down. Tommy Goodwin follows his work up. Gets tackled straight away by the younger of the two Sextons. Taken straight to ground. That's a David versus Goliath battle there. Tommy Goodwin tackled by Will Sexton. And we'll have another ball up right on the 50-metre arc again. The Corowa end. Goodwin versus Tyson. As the ball goes up, Tyson wins this one, but Lane sharks it out of the air, throws on that left boot quickly around the body. Ball comes to ground, Bradkey straight to it, off the ground, Bradkey, through for a behind. Was very quick to react there, Caelan Bradkey. Just wasn't able to get it right through the middle of the sticks. As we go down a boundary line, Chris Mitchell for Albury-Wodonga MG.
Yeah, Joe Hansen's got his jumper off. He's just getting that shoulder worked on at the moment. Hopefully we see him again, but he does look a little bit dejected, talking heavily with the trainers to see what they can do with him.
So they've just put the score on, on Corowa-Rutherglen's here. So we'll just have to watch that scoreboard. We'll get Freaky to check the app for us. So Jack Sexton has marked. Well, he goes short to Seymour.
The app's not much help to us at the moment, Pendle. It's got Yarrawonga as 9-6-59. They were 9-6-60 at half time, and they're 9-5-50. 9-6.
I think they were 9-4 at half time. All right, so I had 9-4. So
there's a free kick here to Seymour.
9-5 now.
A 50-metre free kick. So 9-5-59 to Corowa-Rutherglen. 9-3-57. So Yarrawonga 59, Corowa-Rutherglen 57. The official score. Gibbons plays on at half forward. A tumbling sort of kick in towards Williams. Came late. Howard spilt the mark. Here's a chance for Koopman. Banana. Tight angle. Is it going to swing back? It's not. He's dangerous in those situations as Jess Koopman. Yarrawonga 9-6-60. Corowa-Rutherglen 9-3-57. 8 minutes gone on the Macca's time clock. Third quarter action for STY Metals as we go boundary side to Chris Mitchell. What's the wind like down there, Chriso?
Yeah, it's pretty cold in the shade, I won't lie, boys. And, very comfortable upstairs, so just enjoy it, will you?
Yeah, Captain Puff hasn't looked after us, has he, down there, the boundary riders, that's for sure.
A jumper and a jacket and everything. It's still freezing.
That's Cam Barrett now gets the mark. Just inside defensive 50 still. Just wants to transfer the play. Now finds Kel Spencer, who's moved really well. Kel Spencer pushes back. Inside defensive 50 still. Just trying to find a short option, and he does.
Good kick.
Finds Xander Nash, who worked very hard for that.
Ooh.
Gives the handball to Howard, who was behind him. Howard now gets the kick and finds Marks. Quick handball now to Melcham. Melcham inside 50, not the kick he was wanting. As you can hear, Peter German wanted him to kick the goal rather than hit Jai Cross. So Jai Cross takes the intercepting mark. And Yarrawonga will leave the defensive 50 through Ryan Bruce.
Left foot kicks a low chisler to Coburn. Liked his game. He's at half-back broadcast side. And he's going to go left foot down the line. Masters and Lawrence. Fronfelder had to get rid of it pretty quickly. The kick's going to be marked here, intercepted by Ryan Bruce. Did play in a league. He's had a great year, Ryan Bruce. Goes short on the 45 to Nyholm. The Corowa bench getting a little bit boisterous. We know who it is.
Apologies to our audience that might have picked a bit of that up.
Yes, Cross asks a lot of Seymour. Goodwin corrals him. Seymour on the right, hangs a long time in the air. And Ryan Bruce working very hard, was crunched out there by
Struve.
Yeah, it was Struve. So Bruce at half-back goes down the line to Masters. It's a 3-point lead. Yarrawonga 9-6-60 over Corowa-Rutherglen 9-3-57. 10 minutes gone in this third quarter.
Ball now spills over the back. Cam Wilson first on it. Gives a quick handball now. Saunders. Quick handball back to Nash. Nash gets on the boot. Goes inside 50. But who's there? Logan Moore in those sleeves. Beautiful sleeves. I love them. Kicks it now down the line. And Fonfelder brings it to ground. Coburn. Quick handball. He's going to get the free kick back here, Coburn. A little bit too high there. Yep. Hayden? No, Cameron Wilson's got a little bit excited. This ball now, Coburn finds a teammate in McCabe. He's had a bit of it. Gives a handball, doesn't quite hit Bruce. Bruce had to tap it out in front of him. Saunders puts the pressure on. Ball now goes to ground was Bruce. Tunneling in was Saunders. I think he's going to pay. Yes, he is. Against Saunders below the knees to Frontfelder. Frontfelder goes quickly. Gets it inside 50. Long and deep. Why not to Williams? Kel Spencer. Great third man up. And was able to take it over the boundary line as we go boundary side for Albury-Wodonga MG. Chris Mitchell.
Yeah, Williams had to sit there, but great spoil there. To get the fist was Spencer. But good news for the Roos. Joe Hansen, he spent several minutes on the bench, but he's getting strapped up, and we'll see him out there again shortly.
So a 3-point lead here to the Pigeons on R&M Live. George Sandrill with the only goal in this third quarter on debut. Great story. Wilson. Beautiful kick inboard. It's been marked here by Nastasi. Wants to play on straight away and give it to Marks. Marks inside 50. Not a great kick. It might spill out the back end. A big Tommy Goodwin. He wants to chase down Seymour. Two veterans. We love to see it. Seymour wins out and gives a hand pass to Sexton. He's going to switch across the ground here to Masters. He's got Fothergill working hard in space. He always works hard for the Pigeons. Marks at half-back. 9-6-60 the Yarrawonga over Corowa-Rutherglen 9-3-57. 12 gone in this third quarter for STY medals.
Fothergill now kicks it down the line, but not a great kick. Probably the worst he's had today.
Worst he's had this year.
Yeah, probably. Let's be honest, he was on his right there. I don't know what he was trying to do, kick on his right. He's a nice left foot. Let's just stick to that, I reckon, Nick. As Cam Wilson now goes short to Cam Barrett. Barrett wanted to give it quickly. Probably should have given it to Wilson.
He's a good kick, Barrett. They like the ball in his hands.
Rolls around now, kicks it deep inside 50. It's over the back. Who's that man? There he is, Lee Masters. How he's the only bloke that knows where the ball's going to drop every time is beyond me. As he plays on, finds Iron Spawn. Been a little bit quieter today, Ryan. Now gets called to play on and kicks it. Another one out of the end of the pool.
Well, got a mark there, boys.
It's not great defensive work coming out of there as Chris Mitchell nearly touched the footy. First time for the year, Chriso. First touch.
I wouldn't know what to do with it.
That's Eggy Lane. Jared Lane plays on quickly on that left foot, kicks it long. Here it goes, woof, off the boot. But there's that man again.
50, has to be.
Should be 50.
I would have thought so. As Lee Masters goes quickly, and away we go. Nick Fothergill takes it and goes to find Ryan Bruce on that far wing.
So they've transferred the footy brilliantly here, the Pigeons. Bruce goes down the line. This is Sexton working hard. True centre wing. Scoreboard side. Wants to come back inboard. It's not a great kick. Filipponi for the Roos intercepts. He's got a very, very open forward line, and his kick is a shocker as well. And Ryan Bruce intercepts for the Pigeons across half-back. Comedy of errors here, and Michael Gibbons says, let's just settle down a little bit here. He's got it at half-back. He goes across the ground here to Cuppins as we go to Brad Freak on the water stat sheet.
Yeah, Lee Masters in the back half. He's up to 7 disposals on the water stat sheet in this third quarter. 4 inside 50s to 7 as well in favour of Corowa. They just need to take advantage of these opportunities because we know how quickly Yarrawonga can flip it around going the other way.
As we see Jack Sexton take a nice mark. Full stretch there, right on the boundary line. In front of the scoreboard here at JC Low Oval, reads 9.660 to 9.357. Young up by 3 points. There's that man, Filipponi, 2 intercept marks. Gets it on quickly to Nash. Nash quick handball to Struve. Struve gets it on the boot as quick as he can, inside 50. And it's 2-on-1. There's that man Masters. Doesn't quite do it. Marks picks it up beautifully below his knees and snaps a goal. Steal on goal today. Jason Marks. Great finish inside 50. Exactly what Corowa needed right there to take that lead back. Chris Mitchell.
Brilliant roving work by Marks, and just really clean with the pickup. And Bradkey made a great effort there to force the ball to ground. But a big goal there for the Roos.
That was sorry, Freaky. Just on that Bradkey effort, I mean, Masters was going to come along, chop it off Freaky, but it was brilliant there by Bradkey to force the contest.
Yeah, we've seen it a couple of times today by Bradkey, just forcing a contest and Corowa been able to score a goal from. We saw it a couple of times in that second quarter. He's been outstanding today, Keelan Bradkey, in that forward half. Corowa, as we just touched on, need to take their opportunities. 8 inside 50s to 4 in this third quarter, and finally got the goal that they've been looking for to get them in front of 3 points. Cam Wilson, the one we've touched on all day as well, boys. 5 disposals already in this third term.
It might not be your game, but it might be your moment. And that was a great moment from Jason Marks to put Corowa-Rutherglen back in front. 10-3-63. Yarrawonga 9-6-60. We've got a beauty here on 3E's O&M Live. Back in the middle, Robinson. Here's Wheeler, goes back. Holgate had to get on the boot pretty quick. It's going to be turned over here by Mattress Wilson on true centre wing. He's been pretty good today. Goes short, Filipponi.
Looking his way into the game well, isn't he?
Yep, really lifted in this third quarter. Has Hayden Filipponi. Kicks it in towards Bradkey. Might fall out the back here to Masters. He's been set upon straight away and tackled inside forward 50. And we're going to have a ball up 20 metres out from the Corowa-Rutherglen goal. They're up and about here. The only 2 goals in this third quarter. And they lead by 3 points. Here's Scott Montgomery for the Old Town and Country.
Yeah, been a slower quarter this quarter. Only 2 goals. Bradkey takes it straight out of the ruck. Quits a handball, but it's straight to Morey. Logan Morey for Yarrawonga kicks it. Robinson gets up. Probably could have grabbed that. Just took it to ground. Tapped it down, but there's that man, Nick Fothergill, who's had a ripper. Absolutely kicks that one out of there. Jake Wood taps it down, and there's this Corowa blokes everywhere against one, which was Lee Williams. Cam Barrett now for Corowa. Oh, it's a dangerous kick. Set up in there a long time.
Good
Ironspawn. Yes, great grab. Is that Saunders, Daniel Saunders. Ironspawn was bearing down on him, but he was able to take it. Really needed to, because otherwise it was game on for a race to goal. Saunders now just kicks it back to his teammate Howard. Howard goes short to Melcham. Melcham to Barrett. Here they go. They link up with a bit of run. Barrett kicks it long, looking for Bradkey. Bradkey's nudged under it beautifully there by Bo Seymour. And Bo Seymour will rebound now for Yarrawonga.
He had, he had Matt Wilson at half forward there. Barrett didn't use him. Wanted to pump it in, but he probably should have played the percentages.
Yeah, and he was outnumbered, Bradkey 2-1 with Seymour and Masters playing in front of him, who edged him out.
Well, Barrett won it back with an intercept at true centre wing, and he goes short to Hanson. Beautiful 45 at half forward. Joey might have the legs here.
Ooh, too far out.
Joey might have the legs. He's a big kick, Chris.
I'll back him.
Well, you spent a fair bit of time with him at Corowa-Rutherglen, Monty, so you reckon he's got the legs?
He's got the length, but whether it goes through or not, but yeah, length's definitely not an issue. We were around here, and just give himself that extra couple of metres, I reckon.
He's the captain of this footy club. He loves it. He does wheel around, kicks it every bit of 50 metres, does Joey Hanson, but it's across the face of goal. But they're pressing here, Corowa. 10-4-64 over the Pigeons, 9-6-60. 18 minutes gone in this third quarter for STY Metals, and here's Brad Freak.
If we go around the grounds for the Plough and Tarrawingi in the other game, the Evans and Murray, Albury Tigers out to a 41-point lead, 78-37 there at the moment. It looks like there's a blood rule.
Blood rule lead Masters just coming out, boys.
And we'll go for the AFL games that are in progress at the moment. In the Port Adelaide Collingwood game, Collingwood up by 17 points, 74 to 57.
Freaky sounded a bit cheerier than what he was at quarter time.
And the Swans up against the Giants by 43 points, 66 to 23.
Can you repeat the A-grade netball score, please, Freaky?
I will. I'll just grab it in a second. I believe it was a 1-goal win to Yarrawonga, 44 to 43. So another heartbreaking loss for Corowa, who aren't used to it at the moment.
No, definitely not. 2 in a row for the Corowa. Jackson Mead, well crumbed. Gets on the boot, but well smothered there by Sandrill. Ball just pops up, and Lee Williams just said, thank you, we'll have a boundary throw in here, if you don't mind, and just tapped it straight over the boundary line. In the AFL, there would have been a lot of appealing there, I would have thought, boys.
Absolutely, there would have been there, Monty.
Especially those Collingwood boys, they like to cheer and barrack for free kicks, don't they?
Yep. I copped it all, surrounded by Collingwood fans last week.
The ball gets tossed in, Tyson and Robinson. Robinson just goes off the ground in the end. Ball sits up for Bruce. Bruce gets a quick handball to Wheeler. Wheeler to Coburn. Coburn throws on that left foot. And away it goes. Spoilt there really well by Cora. Comes to Williams, who gets it to Fromfelder. And Bailey Fromfelder is very happy to take that one out of bounds. And we'll have a boundary throw in. We go boundary side for Yarrawonga MG, Chris Mitchell.
Yeah, corralled really well by Spencer, who's having a good game there for the Roos and defence, boys.
So Corowa-Rutherglen 10-4-64 over Yarrawonga 9-6-60. Goodwin grabs it out of the ruck, sharks it and kicks it down the boundary line for a throw-in. As we do go to Brad Freak on that water stat sheet.
Yeah, Lee Masters had 7 disposals in this third quarter. He's up to 20 for the game. Nick Fothergill's had 4-20 for the game himself. But the inside 50s is where Cora are really dominant in this third term, 11-4. So they've been able to get on the scoreboard and really get their noses back in front of the game.
So Ryan Bruce was the extra at that contest and probably should have won the footy. It's in the hands here of Harry Wheeler at half-back. Beautiful hand inboard to Bruce. He's lifted in this third quarter. Sends one down the line here for the Pigeons. Good one-on-one between Mead and Spencer. We've got a boundary throw-in. Probably 4 to centre here for Yarrawonga, broadcast side. They trail by 4 points. 20 minutes gone in this third quarter. That's on the F45 Wangaratta scoreboard.
Been a brave effort so far by Cora. A lot of people wrote him off for the injuries they had out, but a couple of blokes are really standing up. Tommy Goodwin's that man who bunches it forward now. Bruce takes the ball, gets tackled straight away, and he's going to get pinged for it.
Has to be holding the ball.
Umpire gave him lots of time to get rid of it, and he couldn't do that. So
He did.
Good tackle there.
It's George Sandrell, that man on debut we've spoken a bit about today.
He's had a good quarter, Monty, hasn't he?
Been good. Hit the scoreboard. That's what you want to see. Called the play on now. Just kicks long on that left boot. Looks for Bradkey. But that man Masters gets his hands to it first. Jack Sexton extracts the footy. Gets a quick handball. Masters gets it out now. Finds Gibbons. Gibbons gives a little tap. Probably trying to be too cute there, Mickey Gibbons. Ball's just falling around and go out of bounds. Probably needed to take the possession there and give the handball to Moore, I would have thought.
Get it out and get a proper disposal out there. Not too cute, especially in your back half as well. You don't want to get a quick kick forward and cost the goal.
And when Moore is running at 100 miles an hour too, it's a bit hard to hit him. As the ball comes down and Bruce again gets tackled again. Had a big couple of minutes of just getting tackled here, Ryan Bruce.
He's had a really good third quarter though, hasn't he, Ryan? So third quarter action for STY Metals. Gibbons, not sure he disposed of it. Wins it back, then left it behind. Wilson on hands and knees. Did he caught one high? Umpire was on the wrong side. He has found a free kick here to Darcy Melksham though for Corowa-Rutherglen.
Gibbons might have given it away too, boys. He's getting pretty fired up. He's getting lots of attention as well.
So you're picking up a lot of efforts here on this effects, Mike. Melksham, beautiful kick inboard to Bradkey, caught behind. Roving beautifully there was Wilson. Sends a kick in towards it. It's dribbling. And Matty McCabe sees it over the boundary line. Coro at 10-5-65 lead. Yarrawonga 9-6-60. 21 gone in this third quarter for STY Metals.
As that man again, another mark inside defensive 50 is Lee Masters. Finds his little teammate in Jacko Sexton.
Having a good game, Sexton, isn't he?
Been very good.
Good since he's come back from Balwyn. What a pretty handy recruit to come back mid-year, Mike.
Especially as a one-pointer for Yarrawonga as he kicks it long now. Jack Shield gets his hand on it. And that will just roll over about 80 around from goal, just around from the scoreboard. Freaky.
On the water stat sheet, Lee Masters has been dominant in this quarter. He's up to 9 disposals. The inside 50s is an interesting one. Cora right on top. They've had 12 inside 50s to 4 in the third term alone. So they've been having all the ball in their forward half and been able to get it on the scoreboard. Hopefully look to get another couple late in this term.
As Nyholm now extracts the ball from that clearance, kicks it out wide to the other wing. Leading in the race is Bruce. Bruce beats Sandal to the footy, just sidesteps a little bit, gets it on that left boot, and just kicks it down the line. Jordan Ayres first back there for Cora. Finds the footy, looks for Wilson. Sport by Will Sexton. Tap over by Koopmans, very clever. Ball's going to go inside 50 now for Yarrawonga with a quick handball from Nyholm. Sits up now, Lane puts on the pressure of Fothergill. Harry Wheeler gets the footy and kicks it out in front of Williams and Gibbons. Oh! Goes to ground, but I thought they were going to collide there. Cody Howard gets the footy, and away he comes.
Yeah, don't argue. Goes short to Wilson, able to get around Tyson on the mark. Wilson has Nastasi in space at half forward. Will it sit for him? McCabe comes across here for the Pigeons and intercepts beautifully. Sexton runs back, hand pass it back to Masters, and he goes short on the 45 to Wheeler. So Corowa-Rutherglen, they lead by 5 points. Sexton, true centre wing, sends one up towards half forward. Williams 1-on-2. Unbelievably wins and goes short down there to Gibbons. Was he grabbed without it? Umpire said play on. Here's a chance for Fromfelder. I reckon he dropped that one. He did, holding the ball.
Handball, didn't he?
Yeah, a great tackle there by Shield, is it, I think, who's going to come off with a blood rule, I think, Chris, boundary side for Yarrawonga MG.
Yeah, it's pretty busy down here on the boundary, but yeah, great pressure there to lock the ball in. Is it Marks that's got the ball? Melksham,
Melksham,
yeah,
but I think it was Shield that laid the tackle.
Shield laid the tackle,
Yep.
Yeah. So relieving a little bit of pressure there, the Roos. It's the game, the intensity's lifted, I reckon, in this match.
Well, it's been a quieter quarter, hasn't it, boys? Only 2 goals kicked in this third quarter compared to 11 in that second quarter. So definitely slowed up a little bit. I think both teams are really starting to feel the fatigue and the pressure that is being brought around the ball.
Well, you quite often see that, don't you, Monty? A really high-scoring quarter, and then the coaches go, all right, boys, got to bring it in a little bit. Can't have that happen. So, to be expected.
Yep. As we see now, the ball is in the hands of Kel Spencer.
Liked his game.
He's been all right.
Yeah,
been good.
Really liked his game.
Finds Hayden Filipponi, the former skipper. Kicks it long out in the space to the little cousin in Cam Wilson. Oh, it's just a little bit big. Goes over the back. Will Sexton runs around. Kicks it on that left foot towards Lawrence. Is it? Yes, it comes around. No, it's no harm. Then Ayres steals it. Then it's Spencer. Gives it to Filipponi, to Wilson, to Filipponi. Just a handball down the line to Sandrill. Left footer. Kicks it on the right. Gets it out in front, but Masters dropping back in that hole. Jeez, he's been good again, Lee Masters. If he hasn't been best on, I don't know who has. As he plays on now, he needs his teammate in Cuppins to turn as he just kept running away. Cuppins now will transfer the ball out the other side to Ryan Einspawn, and Yarrawonga are away.
Yeah, good switch of the footy, and Einspawn's got an absolute paddock in front of him, and we know he loves to run. He's taken 2 bounces. All of a sudden, he's at centre wing. Well done by Nastasi, though, just to corral him. Einspawn has to go back here. Wheeler onto Sexton, and Sexton moves the footy onto half forward here. Points, 9-6-50, 60, Corowa-Rutherglen 10-5-65. Time on in this third quarter for STY medals.
Jake Wood, I reckon, has done an ankle, boys, on that last contest. Struggling to get up. It's not exactly what Coro need to lose any more blokes.
No, he looks very, very poppy. Chriso, boundary side for Yarrawonga MG.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that one, boys.
As we see the ball get tossed in now. Tyson v. Robinson. Tyson tried to get it over the back. Robinson probably wins that one. Or Gibbons first to it. No, it's Fothergill's going to get a free kick. Too high. Does this a lot. Nick Fothergill just finds a way to hit the scoreboard. And he'll go back and have a shot from about 35, 40 out. Reasonable angle, but for someone of his skill level, should be all good.
Can't be long left, Freaky.
Nah, definitely can't be long left in this quarter. I think most of the quarter's been around about that 28, 26 minute mark, and then we're just in the middle of that now. Nick Fothergill, just to touch on your point there, Monty on the Water stat, he's come in for his 22nd. In this third quarter himself, so he's been outstanding.
As Fothergill gets moving now, gets it up there, nice and high. The wind's taken it away from where he didn't even score or punch through very easily there by the Coro boys. As you can hear, Peter German not overly happy about a few things. And take it away, Panda.
We should be happy with the scoreboard and their effort in this third quarter, Chriso, because they're showing a lot of heart.
Absolutely. We thought they were probably going to fall away after such a strong first half, but the third quarter they haven't disappointed at all. And yeah, we'll take a 4-point lead if the siren sounds quickly.
Well, Tyson just edged Goodwin underneath the footy, and he's taken a mark here for the Pigeons. And Chriso, maybe you know the lotto numbers as well that's going to happen on Tuesday or Saturday night lotto. So the siren's gone here, and they're saying, Tyson, go back and have a shot. The crowd, the balcony is saying, hey, Tyson, go back and give us something to laugh at. A big torpedo. Not a bad-looking torp from Tyson, I tell you what.
It's only gone 35 metres.
It has gone 35 metres right into a headwind and no score. So Corowa-Rutherglen, after trailing by 10 points at three-quarter time, take a 4-point lead here at three-quarter time. 10-5-65. Kicked the only 2 goals in that third quarter over Yarrawonga, 9-7-61. We got a beauty here on 3E's R&M Live. Don't go anywhere. Fourth quarter action on the other side of this. And on R&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room at the SSNA.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
Did someone say KFC?
I don't care.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where there's industry qualified trainers. Go where students come first. Go for the community. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
GoTAFE is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
Inspiring.
hands-on,
Flexible. Fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
Hi, I'm Kylie King. I first fell in love with this region as the Prime News sports presenter. Sometimes this feels like my second home. I love our historic towns and vibrant cities, our passion for sport, and of course the people who make it special. And now I get to share what's important in our region with Kev Polton. So join us, Kylie and Kev for breakfast, weekday mornings from 6 on 2AY and 3NE.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
1566 3NE.
Welcome back to the JC Low Oval, where we have an absolute cracker of a game here. Corowa 10-5, 65, leading Yarrawonga 9-7, 61. And boys, 2 goals in that third quarter. Compared to the 11 of the second quarter, it was something that was a lot different and something we probably didn't expect to see after how hot that second quarter was.
Yeah, absolutely, Monty there. Obviously, the second quarter was all the Lee Williams show, though, wasn't it? He kicked 6 goals, but he relatively unsighted in that third quarter there. But if we have a look at the Water stat sheet, 7 inside 50s to 12 in favour of Corowa-Rutherglen in that third term. So the ball really lived in Corowa's forward half. They were able to take advantage of it and kick those couple of goals and give themselves a bit of scoreboard pressure now that we go into this last term, which is going to make this a really interesting game. We came to the game today a bit unsure about which way the game would go. Obviously, we knew if Corowa played at their best, it'd be a highly competitive game of footy, and they've brought their best with them today as well, even with all the outs they've got. So really, really looking forward to this last quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. And Freaky, those Water stats. what really stood out in that third quarter.
Yeah, Lee Masters was the one in the third quarter there, boys. He had 11 disposals by himself, 24 for the game. If we have a look around, Harry Wheeler had 7 in that third. He only had 14 for the game. Nick Fothergill as well, he's had the 6 in that term as well. That gives him 22 for the match. If we look at the Corowa-Rutherglen side of things, Cam Wilson's the one we keep touching on all days as well, boys. He's up to 23 disposals himself for the game. He's been outstanding for the Corowa-Rutherglen today. And then if we look at the other ones, Jared Lane's up to 12 and Joe Hansen's had 13 disposals as well in this game.
We're going to go to Chris Mitchell, boundary side for Albury, Wodonga MG as well. Corowa-Rutherglen still in their huddle. Chriso, what were the thoughts there by Peter German? And obviously you're at the Yarrawonga camp as well. Chriso? Okay, alrighty. We've lost Chriso there. We got you, Chriso?
No, you should have me now. I've just chucked the headset on. Pete German's still going. I didn't get to the Yarrawonga camp, but German, he's pretty up and about. He just wants his team to roll off and take the game on, but obviously be careful when they do it. Obviously, doesn't want to get exposed and open up in the middle of the ground. He wants them, expect them to go long quite a bit and play a little bit conservative footy. So, it's going to be very interesting to see who can come out on top early in this quarter and set the tone.
Big thanks as well to the wonderful staff in the canteen at the Yarrawonga Football Netball Club. Every single time.
Incredible.
I'll put my hand up to Captain Puff.
Yep.
I'll come to Yarrawonga every time we do one of their games. It is fantastic how we get treated down here.
I agree. So a big thanks to Rossi Mulquinny and everybody at Yarrawonga. Couple of the best chicken schnitzel burgers with the coleslaw and the gravy. Love to see the gravy, the cheese.
Chris Mitchell did well to listen to those huddles considering
He
he was
did?
up here.
Yeah.
He's got no idea.
And of course, we've got some buckets of chips here as well. Some delicious looking lamingtons and slices.
They've done well.
Get out of it, freaky.
I missed out last week, mate. I was out there doing you boys. You looked after me a little bit, Panda, but the other boys didn't look after me.
Yeah, well.
You did indeed. So, three-quarter time, 10-5, 65, Corowa-Rutherglen. Can they cause an almighty upset? And you know what? Keep their finals chances alive and probably their best win in a very, very long time over the Yarrawonga Pigeons, 9-7-61 here at three-quarter time. Fourth quarter action for APCO Wangaratta about to get underway.
Best APCO in Asia. Asia, isn't it? Pacific Asia?
South
Pacific?
Sorry, the Asia-Pacific region.
Yeah, the whole region.
The whole region.
That's unbelievable, isn't it?
That's a lot of APCOs too, isn't it?
It is Scotty Montgomery for APCO Wangaratta in the Old Town and Country Tavern. Take it away, Mont.
Umpire Broughton. Wanders in here. Tyson versus Goodwin in the ruck. Tyson gets up, taps it out the front. Gibbons first to react. Gets there. Gets centre clearance on that left boot inside 50. Over the back. Williams!
Too strong.
Too big. Too strong.
How's the sticky hands?
Is he going to be the difference in this game, boys? If Yarrawonga are to get over the line here, he's going to have a big last quarter.
This is obviously his goal scoring end, because at the other end of the ground he's been
sniff.
Well, hasn't touched it.
Relatively been unsighted. So he's kicked 6 goals all of this end in the second quarter, I should say.
Not enough respect shown to Gibbons there, guys. Too easy out of the middle.
Way too easy. As Lee Williams now makes his way in, 20 metres out, goes bang and likes it too. Leroy gets the Pigeons back in front.
Is that 7?
Yep, that's number 7,
Wowee.
Mitch. It's been a good day, hasn't it?
Yeah, well, I thought the ball was going to go over his head, but he just stuck the jukes up, and he's been really clean with his grabs today.
It's just his centre of gravity for such a big man. He's so good. He just keeps himself so balanced and be able to, as Chriso said there, his hands are so strong as well. Just grabs anything. So he's obviously the most dangerous permanent forward, one of the most dangerous permanent forwards in the competition. So a lot of work will have to be put into him over the next few months if you're going to be running up against him in finals.
And I'll tell you what, Michael Gibbons out of that centre bounce. That's what we love to see. That's what Yarrawonga have got him here for. That's why he played AFL football only 12 months ago.
I tell you what, if he was playing roulette as well, Lee Williams, I make sure he goes on evens because he loves the second and fourth quarters. He's kicked 7 goals. Bradkey, the fact it was Lane on hands and knees.
Meltram's still down here in the middle of the ground. Just got one high, boys. We'll keep an eye on him.
Has not moved. Masters for the Pigeons. Searching kick inboard. Williams!
How well
the
did he
back
read
just
that?
read it better than anybody. 2 Corowa-Rutherglen boys floated in to try and take the mark, and Williams just sat out the back and said, I'll take this, boys, and I'll line up for goal number 8.
Yeah, just not enough body work on him, I don't think. Cody Howard sort of flew in front, but just didn't read the ball. And, he's going to be straight in front for another shot at goal about 35-40 out.
That will make the bench in front of us very, very angry. Oh, wow.
Limping off here, guys. Doesn't look in a great way.
No, he doesn't indeed, does Darcy Melksham. He can hardly run. So Lee Williams directly in front. You'll kick from 38 metres for goal number 8. Has missed it. So I reckon he's kicked 8 goals, 2 and 1 out in the full. Or 8 goals, 7 goals, 2. 7-3. There we go.
7-3, 1 on the full.
7-3 and 1 on the full, and that could be a costly miss for Lee Williams. Anyway, it's a 3-point lead to Yarrawonga. 10-8-68 over Corowa-Rutherglen, 10-5-65. As our man Brad Freak just opens up a Coke, if you don't mind, thanks to the Yarrawonga canteen staff.
Got something else to go with it there, Freaky.
Not yet.
Yarrawonga now, they rebound back inside 50 straight away. Repeat 50. Oh, Jesse Koopman, what were you trying to do there? And it's gone out of bounds on the full. But I reckon he might have already been out of bounds. And now, as all umpires come in to confer about what's happened here, I thought it might have already been over the line. But anyway, wait and see. And we're going to go for the goal umpires here. Yep. Yeah, we're going to have a boundary throw in right next to the goal point post inside the Yarrawonga 50. As everyone was already set up, so the umpire's going to give them a couple of seconds here to get back inside 50 defensively, and of course for the Yarrawonga boys on the attack. As they get on the move now, the ball comes in. Goodwin versus Tyson. Tyson gets it, picks it up again, gets a handball out.
Clean
bowls him straight through the legs. And Saunders as well, doesn't quite take it. Ayres now picks it up clean. Fromfelder lays the tackle, and we'll have a ball up 40 metres out, pretty well straight in front, Yarrawonga goals. In one of the last patches of sun, as the shadows start to get a bit longer here at JC Low Oval. It's been a great day up here in the box, been nice and warm. Chris O, hope you've been good down there.
Freezing, boys.
As Goodwin wins that one, but it goes straight to Gibbon. Gibbon gets it on the boot quickly, but it's straight down to Wood, who's sitting about 5 metres in front of Lee Williams after his first goal of the quarter.
So a 3-point lead here to Yarrawonga. The only goal in this last quarter to Leroy Williams. Howard's kick was a wide one, or Wood's kick, and it's gone out of bounds right in front of us. Peter German, the coach of Corowa-Rutherglen, can probably throw this footy in if he wants, but he would not want to do that. And the boundary umpire, young fella, throws it in beautifully. Goodwin with the tap down. Wheeler, clever tap back for the Pigeons. Gibbons fakes one way, goes the other. Left foot kick, went about 15 metres. Tyson got it onto Wheeler, tied up against the boundary. Inside out torpedo from Harry Wheeler. It's gone through for a point, so the lead increases. 10-9-69 Yarrawonga. Corowa-Rutherglen 10-5-65. We played 3 minutes in this fourth quarter. For Apco Wangaratta, that's on the Macca's time clock. Brad Freak.
4 inside 50s to Yarrawonga to start this last quarter, I should say. None to Coro at this stage. It seems to be this end might be the scoring end. 3 early touches to Michael Gibbons as well on the Water stat sheet in this last term.
Nice little sidestep he gave in front of us here was really nice,
movement's
wasn't it?
incredible, isn't it, boys? He could move in a phone box.
As Matty Wilson now drives forward. Oh, great grab there from Sandrell. Sandrell rolls around quickly, gets it up there. Kalen Bradke standing all by himself. What happened there? The Yarrawonga boys got a little... Yeah, caught napping, I would have thought. Just didn't think they were going to keep going, but it was a nice kick too from George Sandrell.
He's had some good moments today on debut, the young fella.
He has, just getting up to the speed of Ovens and Murray level 2. First time he's ever played Ovens and Murray football. And it's good to see. And he finds his teammate, Bradke. Distance won't be an issue here as he lines up for his fourth. As he gets told to hurry up as well.
Doing an old bolter.
And he gets the long run up. Gets on the move now. Kicks from about 45, sets sail, gets it nice and high, straight over the goal umpire's hat for a steel line goal today. Kalen Bradke gets number 4. He keeps the ruse going. Chris Mitchell, boundary side for Albury-Wodonga MG.
Yeah, big goal there, and great work by Sandrell to hit up his big key forward who found himself all alone with no defenders nearby. So just a beautiful kick for goal. We've spoken about that a lot today, but he gave it a fair bit of elevation. Goal umpire did not move an inch.
It was their quick ball movement off half-back once they get the overlap. And as you touched on there, Sandrell with a beautiful kick and see Bradke in space there. 1 inside 50 for 1 goal on the Water stat sheet for Corowa-Rutherglen in this last term. Really, obviously, very 100% efficiency going forward, Panda.
So it was a very close game the last time these two teams played, and we got another beauty here. 71-69. Corowa-Rutherglen lead again as Wheeler sends the Pigeons inside 50. Oh, great late spoil there for Cody Howard on Wheeler. He was going to mark. That's got to be holding the ball. A great defensive tackle by Jordan Ayres on Sexton. Sorry, it was Fothergill. And the Corowa-Rutherglen bench applaud that. That's a great win there by Jordan Ayres. Deep in his own defence. Goes out wide at half-back. Robinson flew, but it's going to come straight back. Yarrawonga with numbers through Coburn. Swings around on the left. Beautiful kick. Beautiful kick inboard to Bailey Fronfelder in a pocket of space. Chris Owu marks 45 metres out on a 45-degree angle.
Yeah, he did well to spot him up, didn't he? He was in a fair bit of traffic, but not many opponents around Frauenfelder to spoil that one, and he'll go back and have a shot at goal. But yeah, Darcy Melksham could be done for the day, boys. He's getting his right leg strapped up. Could be a cork, but in a bit of pain.
Yep, he's got ice on that, does Darcy Melksham, which is a real shame. So they're going to be one down. They're going to have to do it tough here in this last quarter. Corowa-Rutherglen as Bailey Fronfelder starts his approach. Runs to 45. It's a shocking kick, a low bullet. Doesn't make the distance. Williams came late. Koopman, he's dangerous in this position. Nyholm almost stood on the footy and done a Glenn McGrath. And we're going to have a ball up here, 25, 30 metres around from Yarrawonga's goal. I reckon Bailey might have been already thinking about his celebration.
I think he was going to run straight to that crowd sitting over on the hill there, wasn't he?
11-5-71 Corowa. Yarrawonga 10-9-69 is Scott Montgomery for Old Town and Country Tavern.
Harry Wheeler gets a quick handball to Fothergill. Fothergill inside out kick. Oh, hits the post. Geez, that would have brought the house down. It would have brought down the sponsors' day next door, I think. As now Cody Howard moving on pretty quickly. They usually like to move it as quick as they can from kicking Cora.
Not many options, boys, so he's going pretty slow.
As he plays on now. Takes his 15 metres, kicks long, goes up very high. Goodwin versus Tyson. Goodwin springs it to ground in front. Bruce gets it out now. Gets it to Holgate. Holgate probably didn't have the footy, but play on that by says. Kicked off the ground by Robinson. Goes to that man Masters. Kicks it back inside 50. Going towards that man again, Williams. He gets the crumb. Tries to kick a goal out of midair. And it goes out of bounds on the full. Not exactly where he was hoping it went. And it'll be a free kick to Jake Wood in the back pocket.
Much to the delight of the Roos faithful there in the corner pocket there.
I think that was the thirds boys behind the goals. I'm getting pretty excited, Mitch, as we go. Oh, there's the ball chopped off now by Jesse Koopman. Needs to pick it up. Kicks it on the boot. Through for a behind. He did. Had a bit more time. And him and Fothergill probably got in each other's way first time it hit the ground. Weren't sure who was going to get it. Probably a bit of indecision there. But another point to the scoreboard, which ties it up here. 10-11-71, 11-5-71. And that, of course, is on the work lock at Wangaratta scoreboard.
So here we go. Jordan Ayres, short bullet inboard to Nastasi. He marks right in the middle of the ground. He's been okay in his comeback game. Suffering blood clots, missed a lot of footy. Did Charlie Nastasi. Much loved figure. His kick wasn't great. Seymour couldn't mark though. Falls to Struve. Torpedo punt kick to an open goal square. It's bouncing through for a point. Dangerous. So Corowa-Rutherglen back in front. 72 over Yarrawonga 71. That's on the work locker Wangaratta scoreboard. Fourth quarter action for the best service station in Asia Pacific. APCO Wangaratta. There has to be a free kick there to the Pigeons for a block, doesn't it?
Yeah, the out of zone.
So there's going to be...
could have got a cork as well out of that.
Yeah, so there's going to be a free kick here to Spencer, who's very, very sore, Scott Montgomery.
As he plays on pretty quickly now. And that was the out of zone umpire that paid that one. Ash Broughton doesn't miss much. As Wilson now finds Barrett, goes very short, gives it back quickly to Wilson. Wilson kicks long and inside 50. But there's that man again. This bloke just finds where to be when the footy's in the air, and that's Lee Masters, the captain of the Pigeons. Plays on quickly now. Finds Wheeler. Wheeler just inside defensive 50 on the far wing. Plays on, kicks it out towards the scoreboard and finds Fothergill, who's got a mountain of space. Gets pushed back, closed down pretty quickly by Cameron Wilson. Fothergill, he's had plenty of it. It's freaky. What's those stats there on the water stat sheet?
24 disposals now for Nick Fothergill in this game.
As he come in board and finds Seymour. Seymour's just slowing it down. Yarrawonga like to just do this, change their gear a little bit. Just try and hold possession. And he's just found Masters again.
Masters up to 28 disposals himself on the water stat sheet as well.
Not his best one there. Put his team under a lot of pressure. Saunders brought it to ground. Gets it back now from a teammate, which was Wilson. Goes inside 50. Punched by Cross from behind. It's a 2-on-1 race here. We've got Goodwin, Bradkey, and Cuppins. Cuppins first back there. Just taps it towards the boundary line. He's kept it in well. Zachariah Cuppins. It might have been. But it's spoilt there by Matt Wilson. Matt Wilson under pressure from Coburn. Goes back inside 50. Falls to Jai Cross. Yarrawonga have numbers here. Masters gets a good handball to Wheeler. And Yarrawonga are away.
Yeah, Wheeler switches the footy brilliantly to Gibbons. His numbers, please, Brad Freak.
23 disposals for Mick Gibbons.
And a couple of goals to go with it. On to Einspawn. All of a sudden, the Pigeons have transferred the footy beautifully. Nyholm wanted to play on. And then he's got it at half forward. Swings around beautifully to the hard-running Seymour. So the Pigeons using their foot skills brilliantly. Seymour too far out to score. Kicks it to Williams, and why not? Lee Williams marks. That is a contentious call because the Roos boys wanted a push in the back, but Lee Williams has kicked 7. Make it, well, I reckon he's going to go back and kick number 8. 15 metres out directly in front, Monty. This to put the Pigeons back in front.
Tell you what, if I've mozzed him here, I'll never do it again. If
you've mozzed him here, we'll start calling you Robbie.
And again, apologies.
So, apologies for the words you heard down there. Lee Williams comes in and he's missed.
Wow,
we've done a Robbie McKinlay.
Robbie's not here, but tell you what, he's here in spirit
He
after that one.
is. So Lee Williams, couple of costly misses in this last quarter. So he's kicked 7-4 now and 1 out in the full, Lee Williams. And now scores are tied even again. 10-12-72 Yarra. Corowa-Rutherglen 11-6-72. 11 minutes gone in this last quarter for Maccas. Brad Freak, what do you got for us on the water stat sheet?
Yeah, Lee Masters, 5 disposals in this last term. That's up to 16 for the second half altogether. 5 for Harry Wheeler as well. But the inside 50s favouring Yarrawonga 6-4 in this last quarter.
As Saunders fires out a handball, goes a bit too hot for his teammate. And now he's given a free kick away to Jack Sexton.
That one.
You reckon he's led with the head there?
A little bit.
Sexton pumps it nice and deep. Looking for that man again. Williams! Oh, spins out of the hands. Coro now on dive on the ball. Jack Shield wearing a different number. Finds Fothergill. Fothergill gets it to front fellow who drops it. Wilson doesn't quite, fumbles it again. Jake Wood fumbles again. Been very scrappy the last little passage.
Free kick, yep.
And Coro are going to get a free kick to Jake Wood.
We got a kick in the back there before from Williams, so he's copying it left, right and centre, Jake Wood.
And Jake Wood will clear for the Corowa-Roos, and he goes short to Xander Nash.
Bush Ranger is Xander Nash. Pretty good size. He's at half back for Corowa-Rutherglen. Scores even if you're just listening here on 1566 and E's O&M Live or watching on Optus TV. We've got a beauty here. Massive 4 points for both sides, especially for Yarrawonga. Of course, if they do want to try and finish first, and Corowa-Rutherglen if they want to play finals and keep their season alive. Pernag has to go back to Ayres. Dangerous kick inboard, genuine one-on-one, and Masters doesn't lose too many one-on-ones. He goes by hand to Bruce. Bruce kick is going to be intercepted by the hard-running Spencer Monty, who came in off the bench, and the Roos are away.
Finds now his teammate in Struve.
Opening up a little bit.
It's going to be 50. Jeez, that's stiff.
That was very unlucky.
I don't know where he's supposed to go. He can't just disappear, Ash.
I hate that rule.
Chris Mitchell for Yarrawonga MG. What do you think there?
Not much. I don't think it was 50. I don't think he could have done much else, could he?
Was it the stand, Chriso?
Nah, because it was Ryan Bruce, wasn't it, Chriso?
Yeah, it was Bruce,
Yeah.
Ran into the protected area. It has to be the worst.
Wow.
It's such a harsh punishment.
I just don't know where he could have gone.
Short 52.
Yeah, very short. I reckon he might have realised 20 metres into that 50, Chriso.
I think so.
As Ollie Struve, I think he's going to have a shot here from about 50 metres out. Gives it everything he's got. It's straight. It's straight. Is it long enough? Touched on the goal line. Jeez, he gave it absolutely everything there, Ollie Struve, but it gives Coro the lead. 11-7-73 to Yarrawonga 10-12-72. We've gone 14 minutes on the Maccas time clock. 1 point lead to Coro.
Fourth quarter action for APCO Wangaratta. And a big hello to Brady Anderson and the crew from APCO. Best service station in the Pacific and Asia region. Well done by Nastasi to chop this ball up here for Corowa-Rutherglen at half forward. Gibbons went in there. Was he grabbed without it? Umpire said no. Well done by Wilson. Gives it back to Nastasi on his left. Kicks it into a fair bit of space. Philipponi tries to make a contest, but it's hard.
For Lee Masters today,
Lee Masters with another intercept mark and a good transfer across goal to Bruce, who's in a heap of space. He's taken 2 or 3 bounces, goes down the wing, finds Gibbons, true centre wing. Fothergill, hard running, takes the mark from Gibbons, and Gibbons comes to the bench, and Fothergill has a rest as well. 1 point lead to Corowa-Rutherglen, 73 plays 72. Here's Scott Montgomery for the Old Town and Country tab.
Called to play on now, finds Morey by hand. Morey just shoots it inside 50. We got a nice little contest. Barrett brings it to ground for Corowa. Followed up there by Lawrence, pushing the back off. And he's going to be paid. Matty Wilson was it, I think, yes. He's got the hands in the back to Timmy Lawrence. And that's going to be a free kick, about 40 out from goal.
He made sure he knew about it.
He did. He just the whole chest straight into the ground, just made sure everyone knew what was going on. So Timmy Lawrence, he can hit the scoreboard, Timmy.
Kicked 15 goals for the year from 13 games. So as a half forward, he's playing his role beautifully.
Good role, isn't it? He's not wasting any time either as he starts moving in straight away. He will kick from about 43 out, slightest of angles. Copping a lot of advice from the mark from Matty Wilson. Not great connection. It's going to get there, but I think, yes, it has. Timmy Lawrence has kicked the goal. Just got over the line for a steal line goal today. That gives them now a 5 point lead. 11-12, 78 Yarrawonga. 11-7-73.
On the Waters stat sheet, Yarrawonga absolutely dominating the inside 50s in this last quarter, 6-9. The ball's been well and truly in their forward half. It's been Lee Masters down the back half that's nullified all the attack for Corowa-Rutherglen today. 7 disposals in this last quarter alone. Mick Gibbons as well has had 5, and Harry Wheeler's had 5 as well. So the prime ball winners are standing up now for Yarrawonga when the game needed to. All day, Corowa have been able to come back after have a quick reply from a Yarrawonga goal. Let's see if they can continue that trend now.
So a 5-point lead to Yarrawonga. They're back in front. What a game we have here on 3N's R&M Live. Barrett in the middle of the ground. His hand pass was intercepted by Will Sexton for the Pigeons. Left foot kick up towards half forward. Ryan Bruce had a stack of the footy. Ball spills his way. Left foot kick. Williams! His hands are like glue, Lee Williams.
Wow.
He marks 45 metres out on a very, very tight angle. He'll have to kick it from pretty much the paint, but he's kicked 7 goals for. He's kicked 2 points in this last quarter. But I tell you what, and one on the full. This would make it very hard, Freaky, if you could nail this one for the Roos.
Yeah, absolutely. On the Waters stat sheet, it's his 10th mark inside forward 50 today as well, with the 7 goals, as you say, lining up for hopefully his 8th. He's been outstanding.
So to make it hard for Corowa-Rutherglen, Lee Williams, he's kicked 7. Starts his approach. Good looking kick off the boot. He's kicked it, Leroy.
Loves it.
That is a massive moment in this game and for Yarrawonga's season. A big goal, a steel line goal today, and all of a sudden the margin is out to 11 points. 12-12-84 Yarrawonga lead Corowa-Rutherglen 73. That's on the Work Locker Wangaratta scoreboard. Fourth quarter action for APCO Wangaratta. We've gone around 18 minutes on the Macca's time clock, Brad Freak, for 40 winks.
Yeah, and as we said, 7 disposals for Lee Masters in this last quarter alone. 10 inside 50s to 6 in favour of Yarrawonga as well. They've been able to take advantage of it, now have that 11-point lead in this last term.
2 bits of skill there. Ryan Bruce's kick to hit Lee Williams, and Lee Williams at full pace. Cody Howard on his hammer. Great bit of skill. As now big Tommy Goodwin just takes it straight out of the ruck and throws it on the boot. Going to have to do it himself, he says. Matty Wilson gets worried out of it. Gets back on a buck pretty quickly, then drops it. Ball spills out to Harry Wheeler. Gives a quick handball now to Fromfelder. Fromfelder takes a bounce running down that far wing. Quick handball now. Gets out wide to a teammate. Kicks straight down the line towards Mead. Mead gets it, drops it, goes over the back, recovers first. Kicks it out in front. Spencer's now been moved onto that job for Williams. Good spoil. Oh, worried out of it, Pernag. Got to pick it up, son. Ironspawn's done well. Gives a hand back to Bruce. Bruce on the goal! Steal on goal today, Ryan Bruce. Well done, Ryan Ironspawn. Got it out there. Worried his opponent out of the ball. Gets the goal assist. Well done. Boundary side, Chris Mitchell over at Onga MG.
Yeah, big goal there, but big news on the boundary line. Cody Howard has been helped to the bench by trainers and going down to the rooms. Not sure what's wrong with him, but he looks done for the day.
If we go around the ground for the Plough in Tarrawingi, the other games in the Ovens and Murray at the moment, halfway through the last quarter, Albury up by 32 points against Wodonga Raiders, 93 to 61, and in the AFL at the moment, Collingwood have just finished and won by 6 points in that game, and the Sydney Swans up by 50 points against GWS, 86 to 36.
So that's almost the backbreaker for Corowa-Rutherglen. A big finish from Ryan Bruce makes it very hard. 17-point lead here to Yarrawonga, 90 to 73, and a free kick here to Michael Gibbons in the middle of the ground. His numbers again, Brad Freak.
He's coming up for his 25th disposal.
He's been brilliant today, has the former Carlton star. Jake Wood with a big fist for the Roos. Looks like we're going to have a ball up 40 metres out from Yarrawonga's goal. 17 points they lead by. 13-12-90 over Corowa-Rutherglen, 11-7-73. Ticking up towards the 20th minute mark in this fourth quarter. All thanks to APCO Wangaratta. And here's Scott Montgomery for the Old Town and Country Tavern.
Tossed up 40 out from Yarrow's goal. Probably a free kick to someone there, whether it's a block or a hold. I think he's paid the block. He has, so we'll go to Tommy Goodwin. Might have to be one way or the other, so great decision by the umpire. Tommy now. Probably want to go long and direct and getting so late in the last quarter. Kick out in front of Robinson. Gets out the back now to Morey. Morey taps it up. Can't quite take it, but gets it to Bruce. Bruce gets a handball back to Masters. Master tries to take it on. Finds Wheeler coming back through the middle. Harry Wheeler. Vice captain of the club. That's 50, I think. Yes, it is. Caelan Bradkey way too close to him.
Yep.
Trying to be a little bit smart, trying to get a handball received. And that's a silly 50-metre penalty to give away in that position.
If the one earlier in the quarter was paid 50 against
Yarrawonga,
that one there is definitely, or probably more obvious there for Yarrawonga to get the 50 there.
There's a bit of the old under-12 stuff about that, wasn't there? As Wheeler plays on quickly out of Frontfelder, who sets sail from 52, and he's got it all the way! Bailey Frontfelder, and off he goes! Somebody catch him. Loves to celebrate Bailey Frontfelder. Asks for Caro, he doesn't know how to do it. But Bailey Frontfelder, the best in the business at a celebration. And I'll tell you what a finish from 53 out.
Absolutely outstanding there from Bailey Fromfeld. If we have a look at the Waters stats sheet, it's just their leaders for Yarrawonga that's getting it done in his last quarter. Harry Wheeler's had the 7 disposals, Lee Masters had 8, Michael Gibbons has had 6. So they're genuine prime A-grade players across their board have been getting it done in this last term and kicking them away, which was a very big of an arm wrestle in this game, out to a 23-point lead now, which you'd think the game is all done and dusted in favour of Yarrawonga.
His first goal for Bailey Frontfelder. And as Mark Wiley said on post-game last time, the hardest thing's catching him when he runs away with that celebration. So a big moment. Yarrawonga are going to win this game. They've been brilliant in this last quarter. They lead by 23 points. Bruce has been brilliant all day. Goes inboard. And Wood sees it over the boundary line for Corowa-Rutherglen, who Monty and... Well, I'll go to Chriso first. They've been so brave today, Corowa-Rutherglen, and they've sort of just run out of numbers in this last quarter.
Yeah, you've hit the nail on the head. They've been probably the better team for large chunks of this game. They just couldn't keep it up for 4 quarters, and they're going to lose this one. They won't lose any fans, that's for sure.
They've been brilliant, Corowa-Rutherglen. Let's hope that they don't fall away here in this last 5 or so minutes. Pernag tried to fist it. Sexton, was he grabbed high? Umpire says no. Ball up still just inside the 50 here for the Yarrawonga Pigeons. They lead by 23 points in this last quarter here on O&M Live. We're doing it all thanks to APCO. 23 minutes gone.
Ball now, Tyson gets it out in front in the space into Gibbons. Oh, well done, Bailey. Daniel Saunders, who just tackled him, and they just into it a little bit again here. Michael Gibbons has been in absolutely everything today.
Well, Saunders actually turned around and tried to get into him, and Gibbo just said, mate, what are you trying to do here? The game's all but over.
And Hayden Filipponi, well, I'm not surprised when there's a bit of lip going on, he's involved. The ball gets tossed back in. Kyle Tyson wins that one again. Ball goes to ground. Probably a little bit high, Saunders. And I think the ball umpire will just throw up. Just a quick shout out to Luke Maloney up in Palm Cove listening to us on the live stream.
Palm Cove?
Palm Cove, former Corowa. I'd like to say superstar, but good player. But Luke Maloney,
Isn't that brilliant technology?
Says Fothergill probably has taken a little bit high. Yes.
Swing tackle too.
Ash found it. And the Corowa faithful getting very boisterous now. As the game starts.
Clearly there.
Yes,
clearly there. Free kick high or a sling tackle.
And Nick Fothergill, he's taking the free kick from very deep in the pocket. If he gets any further back, he'll be in the Colleen Kev bus that we drove down in this morning.
You can drive us home.
He's probably that good a bloke he would, I reckon, Nick Fothergill. As he starts walking in now. Wrong side for the right foot.
Oh.
But it's not bad. It's close. It's all hit the post. As you could hear in the effects, Mike, what the Corowa blokes thought of that. As we now pass over to Panda for the old Town and Country Tavern.
So 14-13, 97 Yarrawonga. They're going to win this game over Corowa-Rutherglen. 11-7-73. Filipponi, he's been good. Spencer just left the footy behind. Filipponi goes in again, but well done there by Wheeler for the pitch.
I'll tell you what, Ash Broughton has blown the whistle more from outside the zone than what he has when he's been in control, I think.
He has. A free kick here to Filipponi. That was a hold. He's been pretty good today, Filipponi. As I say that, his kick is turned over, but it's been marked by a man who will probably take out our Yarrawonga News and Gifts player of the day, Lee Masters. Or do we go with Lee Williams, who's kicked 7? He's kicked 8. He's kicked 8, and he's lining up now for number 9, Scott Montgomery, and Brad Freak on the Water stat sheet.
I was just going to touch on Lee Masters. Has had 21 disposals in the second half by himself. So he's having a massive second half across the half-back line. And the two Lees at each end are just superstars in the competition.
Masters is taking the P155, isn't he? Like, it's just that easy for him out there.
So to kick number 9, he'll have to kick it from 50 metres on a very tight angle, Lee Williams. But he can do anything, this man. Starts his approach, but he's missed that one, Lee Williams. Now it's a 25-point margin here to Yarrawonga. 25 minutes gone in this last quarter on the Macca's time clock. 21 disposals, Brad Freak, in the second half for Lee Masters.
Yep, Lee Masters 20. Takes him to 34 for the game. So he's been outstanding, the captain for Yarrawonga.
I'll tell you what, Leroy's just lost the radar in this last quarter. He's kicked 2 goals, 3. So probably the most inaccurate we've seen him all year with 8 goals, 5. As now Jared Lane finds the footy. Comes back through the middle, finds Will Robinson, who gets moving straight away, plays on. Gets it out to the little mate and lefty, but there goes the siren. a very well-deserved win to the Pigeons, 14-98 to 11-7-73.
So they come from behind at three-quarter time. Did Yarrawonga. Had to do it the hard way. But a 5-goal-to-1 last quarter sees them over the line with a 25-point win over Corowa-Rutherglen, who, Chriso, as we said, have been very, very brave today in that defeat.
Yeah, very brave. Ran out of troops and ran out of gas, I reckon, in the end. Spent lots of petrol tickets trying to keep up with Yarrawonga, which they did for large parts of that game. But, the player of the day, boys, it's a tough one.
Yeah, Chris, I don't envy you today, mate.
50-50, isn't it?
Which way are you going to go? Which way are you landing? Let's
keep you guys guessing, boys.
Let's watch him.
Well, Chriso, just make sure you get that phone out and grab a photo, please, for our social media. When you do decide our player of the day, of course, you
try
can
and get a bit of
like.
excitement in the photo too, a bit like our little
Mark
mate
Anderson,
from Wangaratta last week. He was very excited about getting the photo.
That was a great photo, that one.
Of course, you can follow us on our O&M Live Facebook page as well. But they are a mighty team of Yarrawonga, and when they play their best footy and they get it into Lee Williams, Monty and Freaky, they're going to take a lot of beating in this competition.
Yeah, that second half of that last quarter there, they really flexed their muscles. Showed why they're probably the second best team in this competition. I mean, how many teams have got a bloke like Lee Masters just roaming the back half, and then they've got such a superstar at the other end in Lee Williams that can bang them all through for you, and they've got the likes of Bailey Fromfelder, who was quiet today, but in a big final, they're going to be really tough to beat, I think.
I think they're going to have to find other avenues to goal rather than just Lee Williams, because as you can see, he's kicked 8 of their 14. You'd like to think they can just spread a little bit more. You know, Jesse Koopman's the other one and Bailey Fromfelder, when Lee Williams was out, were the ones that really stood up. But today they've only hit the scoreboard with 1 each. So, yeah, it's one of those ones you'd like to see a little bit more to see what they can do. But, we'll see what happens.
He likes to go a bit left to centre, our man Chris Mitchell sometimes.
He could pick anyone here.
I don't know. He could pick Ryan Bruce. He could pick Michael Gibbons, Lee Williams, Lee Masters. I'm not sure who he's going to pick here.
He likes forwards, I reckon, Chris. He loves the forwards.
Well, at the end of the day, if Lee Williams doesn't kick 8 goals, I agree.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's not best on, but I just know what Chris is like.
And here he is, Chris Mitchell, with our Yarrawonga News and Gifts player of the day.
Yeah, he's copping a little bit down there.
He is indeed Lee Williams. Chris Mitchell, who's down there with the man who's kicked 8 goals.
Yeah, thanks, boys. Hard to go past a big key forward who just dominates and tears the game apart like that. 8-5. He didn't have the kicking boots on in the second half, mate, but a ripping first half and great win.
Yeah, obviously they tested us really again. Credit to them. They're a pretty tough side. The way they go about it, sort of probably just a good matchup for us, same as Lovey, just the way they sort of go about it. They've sort of been struggling with the teams that just move like that. So,
Your first game back, mate, from a back injury, and you kicked 8. You must have been pretty happy with that. How is the back, and what happened in the end?
I felt good. Obviously, I was a bit disappointed they weren't playing last week, but it's probably better for me anyway. So, I was happy with that.
And a really hard-fought win. It took till the last quarter to break them open.
Yeah, we pride ourselves now on those last quarters. A bit of an external noise early about a couple of quarters that we didn't perform earlier on in the year, but we've rectified that. So,
Thanks, Lee. Enjoy the win, mate.
Lee Williams, our Yarrawonga News and Gifts player of the day. He's kicked 8 goals, and now that puts him in front of Kel Moore in the Doug Strang race.
I'm going to call it. I'm calling it.
I think he's going to take some beating. Yarrawonga do have North Albury
next
in a couple of weeks. Yep. And he did get a hold of them last game as well against the Hoppers, where he kicked 15 goals. Or was it 11? I think it was 15.
It was 15, yep.
Paul Sammy Azai, Tom Sharp, they were all having a crack at him that day. So he is a superstar. His hands are as good as I've seen in this competition, I think.
And he missed the first 6 games of the year as well, too. So limited opportunities compared to Cal Moore, who's played nearly every game as well. So he's an absolute superstar of the competition, Lee Williams.
This is brilliant. They're making this like a real AFL sort of atmosphere here, the Pigeons. They got the song blaring, they got the loudspeaker going with the grand announcer. Everyone's clapping him off. And why not after a big 25-point win over the Corowa-Rutherglen Footy Club? And as we keep saying, Monty, they were brilliant today, Corowa-Rutherglen, and they took a 3-point lead, I think, into three-quarter time.
Yeah, 4-point lead.
4-point lead, and they just ran out of legs. Melksham came off, Howard came off, and they ended up with, I think, 2 or 3 on the bench.
And what happens when you're missing so many of your top-end talent, which they were today, just puts so much pressure on the bottom end of your list, and they just can't sustain it for as long. And you see that sort of drop-off happen a lot in those sort of games where you do have so many guys out with injuries.
They were really brave. As you touched on, they were really brave.
Here's the song for the Pigeons. 25-point win to the Yarrawonga Pigeons, and that keeps them in. Well, now they're equal top with the Wangaratta Magpies. Percentages separating those two teams, but they are going to take some serious beating. Yep, in this SSNA, Ovens and Murray. Don't go anywhere. Post-game show, all thanks to APCO Wangaratta. On the other side of this here on 15-6-3-E. A win to the Pigeons over the Roos, and on RM Live, you won't miss a thing.
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room at the SSNA.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
Did someone say KFC?
I don't care.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where there's industry qualified trainers. Go where students come first. Go for the community. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton 0.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
GoTAFE is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
Inspiring.
hands-on,
Flexible. Fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
Hi, I'm Kylie King. I first fell in love with this region as the Prime News sports presenter. Sometimes this feels like my second home. I love our historic towns and vibrant cities, our passion for sport, and of course the people who make it special. And now I get to share what's important in our region with Kev Polton. So join us, Kylie and Kev for breakfast, weekday mornings from 6 on 2AY and 3NE.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.